yourself before and after?
No, I really wish I would have, because I like you know how dudes get the V line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
You had one at the end.
oh I was chiseled.
Yeah,
I
dude.
looked like a.
I love
Greek
shitting so
god.
good you have
Golden
abs
god,
afterwards. That's
Not the
best.
golden
It is the
god.
best. No?
2-time M.I.L.F champ, golden god.
Oh yeah. So frisbee, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
This all comes back to this.
So we're playing on Thursday.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
first games.
First games, we had 6 teams. Had our draft a week and a half ago. You just want to run through each team with the captain. They can give their thoughts, and everyone else can kind of pitch in on what the strengths, weaknesses, and
Yeah,
anything else associated with.
we're
associated with
we're
the
missing
team could
Gabe and Pat here, so we'll have to give our own little views on their teams. But okay, so let's start off with your team, Scott. You got yourself, Dustin, Ryan Walsh, Joey, Michael Damian Long, Matt Ferris, and Angel
Tyrell.
T-Rel.
Yeah, so we threw out some team names. We got Dustin Time, Macedonia Indoor League of Ferris, Zeller. I barely know her. The Pittsburgh Thunderbirds, the Ziac Attack.
just flat.
Yeah, do you know any other frisbee teams with that name?
Never heard of one.
You're right.
That's pretty original. The Angels.
I like that one too.
Yeah, it's a little play on the Los Angeles Angels, which if you translate it into English is just the Angels.
True.
Okay.
And then Michael Damian Long Johnson and the other frisbee players, and last but not least, Team 1.
I heard a rumor, Scott, that your team had to have its co-captain make your group meet. Is that confirm or deny or?
There was a
Yeah, I mean Mike Long made the group. I don't know what the
couple
accusation is here.
outsider messages dropped in there.
Yeah, well, because the way group
Some
me works,
slander.
the way group me works is if you want to add people from an existing group, you add everybody from the group and then remove people. It's the most backward shit.
You don't
have to
You
do
can
that.
add
don't have to.
individuals.
You can
but
add
You
individuals.
can add individuals, but you can't just import groups or import members from a group. You have to
Well,
search
yeah,
for them
But
individually.
there's only
Yeah.
6 of them.
But it's not that hard to search. You
I'm
type
just
in their
trying to
name.
defend my boy. I don't know what to tell you.
Yourself?
Also,
I
I
made
had
a group.
mega
yeah,
issues
but
with that.
why didn't you?
Oh, so now it's a bad thing.
Even though I shared groups with people, I'd search for them, and then my group me would say they wouldn't exist.
That's the thing
Yeah.
is the search function in GroupMe also sucks. So that's another
I've
issue.
never had an issue with
That's
that.
very true.
Does anyone have any way to contact Chase?
No.
I can email his dad.
I can talk to Dennis for it. He would probably.
Dennis, your son needs to get it together.
Is he?
He's holding the team back
Yeah,
in
but
terms of communication.
yeah, I think my team will be pretty solid. As far as like the points go, I ended up with basically an entire extra person's worth of points, which should mean we'll be good, like in theory, unless everyone was just throwing with the ratings. Also probably means that if we have to redistribute any players, they're going to come from my team, which I guess is fine.
I see.
I think we're going to be hard to score points against. We'll see if how the offense goes.
I think you could run a really intelligent offense.
The way I see it happening is 5 of our 7 players play really intelligent, smart frisbee, like no dumb throws, just high percentage stuff, and then we just kind of let Dustin and Joey go out there and play to whatever they want to do.
I have a really hot take about Scott's team. I predict Scott's team is going to be the Cleveland Browns of this frisbee league, and either do
What-
really
What
well
year? I was gonna say what year.
or really bad.
Okay.
Just straight
No in
50-50 team.
Okay.
On paper, you guys are probably the best team, points-wise,
I would have agreed.
which I would agree for the Browns. But
I would have agreed with you last year, but this year we have people who actually know how to play the game on our team.
I'm strictly just basing it on points.
No, that's fair.
Like,
That's
literally,
completely
on paper, per our ratings, Scott's best team. Per ratings.
I could see us being underwhelming. I don't think we'll necessarily win the whole thing, but I don't think we'll.
I wasn't
I
going
think
to
we'll
far.
make the playoffs.
Whoa.
We'll make the playoffs.
Slow down here, champ. We're not even in week 1 yet.
Yeah, I believe in my squad. I got some dudes. Most teams have guys. We got dudes.
You gotta take it 1 week at a time.
All right. Let's do predictions. How many wins, losses do you think we're gonna have during the regular season?
I see
7
you-
and 3.
Okay, 7-3. I see you as a 6-4, or I could, or you could reverse that and be a 4-6.
Okay. What teams do you think are gonna give us the most problems?
I'm gonna say I see Pat's team and Kevin's team.
Sure. Mike Long, record predictions. How do you think we're gonna do?
Undefeated.
Think we're gonna undefeated, 10-0.
10-0.
I'll put a bet on that.
I think you guys lose week
with
1.
your first team coming
With
your
this
first-
Thursday.
Okay, who do you think are?
Because we're facing you guys this Thursday.
Are you? No,
yeah,
I
we
think,
are. It's
I
we're
thought I played
yeah.
TJ.
No.
it's 5 and 6, and we were the or 1
Or
and
no.
2.
I think I did.
Kevin and I.
No,
Sure.
you,
Oh.
no, you flipped it. You switched it.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, he
Yeah.
switched. I have
So
no
Dan
idea.
is playing TJ.
Yeah.
You're playing Gabe.
Okay, that's fine. Mike Long, who do you think is going to be the MVP of our team this year?
As much as I really want to say me,
Yeah,
Dustin.
that's the obvious
That's-
answer. Good pick. Kevin, what do you think our record's going to be?
What? Oh, Kevin's eating.
TJ, what do you think our record's going to be?
I kind of agree with Dan. I think you'll either be 6-4, 4-6.
6-4 or 4-6. What do you think is most likely to go wrong with my squad? Where do the issues come from?
I see them coming from trying to do more than they can. Like a lot of people.
Okay, that's fair.
But if it works, just from
Yeah.
luck or athleticism, then
Right.
There's
Yeah.
a couple loose cannons there.
That's why the strategy is 5 of us play smart, like ball control type frisbee, and then the 2 players who are loose cannon just go out and sling it.
Sling.
What do you think our record's going to be, Kevin?
I'm going with 5-5.
5-5, really?
down the middle.
Yeah, that,
I-
that,
Okay.
you're
that Cleveland
insane.
Browns reference really set the bar.
Really did. So who?
I'm leaning towards 6-4.
6
I
and
think
4.
you're more likely to be better than you are worse.
That's where I'm at. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I
the
think,
ceiling is, but
Yeah.
I think you could have a rough start, but you'll patch it together well in the end.
yeah, we're not playing your team week 1.
Do we think any teams are going to go undefeated? I don't.
No.
No,
I don't think
people
a
are
single
gonna miss
Yeah.
or
Exactly.
just let up the gas at the end or whatever. Okay, hey, what do you think our record's gonna be?
I think you already know I'm going with 5-5.
5.
So
Okay, so follow-up question: who is the Odell Beckham Jr. of our team?
Of
Who,
just your team?
like who are we going to convince ourselves we're better without?
I feel like that's tough. I don't know every player. Like I don't know Dustin really well.
Sure,
So like
I got to take Mike Long.
Mike
I was
Long.
going to say, I think it's either Michael or Dustin.
I would, yeah, I buy that.
Wait,
You don't
so,
think it's Joey?
No. Well, because OBJ, like,
Wait, so is this the question
Good
of who's going to
bullshit
carry
talk,
the
but-
team or throw
That's
it?
OBJ's supposed to be, like, really good. And then kind of wasn't because we don't use it. And then he left. So I feel like it's either Mike or
You
Dustin.
think they're going to put you to your full
yeah,
potential, Mike?
I feel like Dustin's the better pick for that, just purely based off the fact that
That
like,
he's
he's
really
the
good.
higher pick.
He is, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not he
Yeah,
stays
if he
smart.
performs
Yeah.
or not.
Kevin, I forgot to ask you a question about our team.
Yeah.
Who on our team do you think is the most likely to be either surprisingly good or surprisingly bad?
In what sense? Like,
Like-
defensive wise?
Like, do you think
Just all
Matt
around?
Ferris is going to be our overall scorer, or do you think I'm not going to throw a single point, or do you think Joey's going to have 5 turnovers per game? Like, something along those lines.
I think your team.
Like, who do you think is the most likely to either pop off or not? Shit the bed.
I feel like Walshy's going to have a lot of D's per game.
Yeah,
That was
I
the
think-
but that's
I think-
expected.
Yeah, I think he's just consistent.
It's not surprising.
I don't think you're really going to have anyone like really pop off on your team.
No?
No.
I think Matt Ferris is going to score a surprising amount of points because he's going to have a lot of mismatches.
Disagree.
Fair enough. Because
It's a reasonably
I
expensive,
drafted him
yeah.
in like the 4th round, so he's not guarding the Rosses and the I don't know who else would be in the Matt Marsiks
I
of the
mean,
world.
that doesn't exactly determine who plays defense on him.
Yeah.
It doesn't, but like also
do you
who else is
want
on my
defense?
team? I have Mike Long and Walsh
Okay.
above him who are good at guarding people, so Matt
Okay,
Ferris won't have to guard those
above him,
guys.
but was Mike valued above them in the draft?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was he? I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Matt was like a 70, or Mike was a 73, and Matt was a 72 or 71. They're pretty even, but Mike was a little
So
low.
you're acting like there's a huge differential.
No, but if I'm choosing someone,
Well, you're saying that Matt's going to pop off because there's such inconsistencies in his matchups.
yeah, because
With
if I put Mike Long on someone who Mike Long can hang with, then Matt
Yeah, so-
gets to
so
be
keep
on
this
someone
in mind,
who's way
so-
better than.
But besides Angel, I think Matt Ferris or Joey were the lowest ranked players. on our
Joey
team.
was.
Joey was.
Joey was I think very not very
But
underrated,
that
pretty
being
underrated.
said, like, still very strong players. Like when it comes to like the lower scored ones.
I think
So-
you might have issues moving the disc at times.
Yeah, but it's a 60-yard field. Like a giving it to Joey and then boosting it to Dustin is not a bad strat.
Yeah, but
Until Joey throws it away like once or twice.
the whole
Kinda
thing
gets
is, I don't
upset.
know if
Okay, then
there's a good chance you're gonna have Dustin fall back in the hammer set. There's a 90% chance that's gonna end up happening.
yeah, once in a while. Good teams are flexible, so we'll have to
Yeah,
have
maybe.
people do a bunch of different stuff.
Played with Dustin for 3 years. He always falls back into the hammer
He just
set.
wants. That's
He just always wants
But
to be back
as
there.
long as you tell him that.
I mean, that's
Probably
fine
should.
because I would rather not handle.
Sorry, not sorry to the headphone
Alright,
wearers.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Next
We
team.
got my team. We got myself, Christina Aaron Hall, Ross Klinowski, the boss, Josh Stoddard, Chase Roberts. Chase, I'm looking at you. DM me. Call me. Please, God, I need you. Jan. And then we got Vince Man. He can throw a forehand.
Vince Silvestro, which
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
awesome last name.
It's pretty cool.
Is that
Sounds
why
like
you,
a movie
why you
character.
picked him?
No. No. I couldn't tell you why I picked him. But
Well, I thought he got
Because I
against
told
you when
you
he
he
said.
played soccer. Turns out he swam.
Oh my god, I was debated. Holy
I was on
shit.
complete accident.
And you can't forget he can throw a forehand.
Yep.
Um,
Worry not, Vince. We'll teach you how to throw a backhand by then.
so you went with a somewhat unconventional draft strategy.
Yeah, I
What was your strategy
Somewhat.
going into the draft?
So if I'm being honest here, I didn't think about the draft one iota of a second prior to it starting,
Sure.
and yeah, no, I just kind of wanted to have fun with it. So here we are. I don't think I picked a bad team per se. I think
The way you drafted, you deserve to have minus 10 points to your ranking this season.
I'm gonna laugh when we beat you.
I don't even know what that means, and I agree, Mike Long.
Teammates. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So I suppose I could open the field.
Yeah, you
for
go around. So,
questioning here.
well, what do you think your team's strategy is going to be?
Uh,
What do you think the strengths and weaknesses?
all right, I'm gonna.
What's your general vibe for the
So-
upcoming season?
So I'm gonna kind of sound like a narcissist coming out here saying this.
I'm shocked.
I'm a pretty humble guy. All right.
That's
And,
what most humble people say.
Yeah.
They start
absolutely.
off largest red
flag right there. I don't know. I feel like last 2 seasons I've built ego teams, and I want to be the only ego on my team.
Sure.
So no, wow, I do sound like a narcissist. Here we go. Anyway, so
Hey,
Well,
if
last year you
it
literally
works, you're Aaron
Ryan,
Rodgers. If it doesn't,
Iggy,
you're Johnny Manziel. So
hey,
let's hope it
I'm
works.
living. At that point, I'm living. So my thought process was, I want to build a team of purely kind of, I don't want to say like
Drones.
non-confident, but like people who don't really want to throw upfield, right? And then so like, because I think a big problem that a lot of people see not even just in the league, but like with the people that we play in general, is that like people are kind of scared to reset the disc.
Sure.
And so I kind of want to ingrain that into the people's minds that people have roles. Not to say you can't blossom out of your role. I
Sure.
think everyone should be able to play every position.
Sure.
Ideally, like everyone should have a little bit of every skill set, in which we'll work on through the season. But yeah, I've got maybe 2 handlers.
So, what happens if someone who's good at defense, say a Kevin or a Pat or a TJ or a Dustin, forces you deep the entire time and does a good job of it?
Forces me deep?
Forces
Like,
you
keeps
deep.
you out of
Does
the
keeps
handler.
you out of the
Personally?
handler.
Yeah,
Keeps you from
keeps
being
you
an
out of the
effective
handler set.
Yeah, good luck.
So no plan.
Well, I'm saying, like, you can't keep me from getting the disc. I'm an animal.
No, I just
Humble.
so that's your plan. I'm just saying. I'm saying pretend for a second that there's someone who has a hope of stopping you
in
on
no
defense.
universe.
Okay, so it's just not possible.
I am a golden god.
All right, fair enough.
So,
I like the confidence.
Yeah. We're gonna
I'm gonna bet against you every week.
we're gonna we're gonna shock a lot of people this season. Mark my words.
Good or bad?
I'm gonna leave it at shocks people. All right.
I'm going for shot.
All right, so what do you think your
My
WL record's gonna be?
I think we'll be a pretty neutral regular season team. I think we'll.
Everyone can't just say 5-5 for every fucking team.
Wouldn't that work?
I mean, I'm not.
Okay,
So
I got pre-mad because I could see it happen.
pre-mad.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. No, I think if we really get our shit together, I think we'll have a rocky start. But once my minions come together and really
Yeah.
amass my.
Follow-up question: what if someone on your team listens to this and goes, "I don't want to be a minion"?
We can talk about it. I'm open to.
Trades.
I'm cool with sending you to another squad. Listen, every story needs a villain. All right.
Fair enough. I accept. I appreciate you've accepted that role for yourself.
Yeah, I'm okay being the left end of this. But,
Right. Do you want to ask people questions or do you want?
I'll just go around the table. Give me a win-loss, and give me your opinion of which player you're gonna see the most growth out of this season on my team. Because unironically, that is my favorite part of these leagues, is just kind of helping people learn.
Sure.
Unironically, like last year, I felt super good because my team learned like a legitimate offense. They liked running it. Everyone had a good time, and yeah, no, it was just enjoyable to see that growth. So, like long win-loss player, you'll see the most growth at.
Your win-loss is going to be shit. It's going to be 2-8.
Wow,
If the teams keep the same.
what poor suckers are gonna lose to me, huh?
I honestly
can I hold
think
that over?
You are going to see the most growth from Josh.
Josh? Okay.
I think
I
he's
can see
going
that.
to be a primary cutter.
I think you're right in that. I'll agree to that. In that Josh is gonna have the most growth through the season because he's already DM'd me.
I was gonna bring it
Yeah.
up. Damn it!
Yeah,
that was literally
yeah.
my entire thing.
Yeah, my whole thing was Josh telling me after like the draft, he's like, I'm gonna have to step up big this season.
He DMs me the other day. He's like, I'm tired of people talking shit, and he's like, where can I buy a disc?
No way.
The biggest criticism anyone has ever made of Josh is Josh should be really good if you could throw a forehand.
It's pretty true.
That's
I
all
wanted to
anybody's
find
ever
out.
said.
To learn how to throw the forehand.
Yeah, but we're not
he needs to
talking
do
shit about it.
Josh can throw it for you.
You can't really do that.
Fair enough.
All right, so 2-8, and Josh is gonna be a monster. Cool.
Josh is going to be a monster.
Sweet. Well, just like Josh wants to turn Kevin into his project, Josh is gonna be mine. All right, Kev. Win-loss, most growth. Go.
Well, I'm gonna have to go 1-9.
1-9. All right. Again, who's the poor sap that's gonna lose to me, in which I can hold over?
So I
I'll
think
definitely
you're gonna end up getting angry and taking over a game, and that is the whole reason you're gonna go 1-9.
Okay.
Because one game you're just gonna take over and you're gonna tell everyone it's every other disc is mine. You're just never gonna leave the field and you're just gonna get every other disc.
I like those games. Those
You
are
know, I
fun.
feel like
You're
that
also
is
gonna
super-
have like 10 turns that game.
Hey, but I got a dub, bro.
And I would have to say Josh is probably gonna be your big breakout player.
Okay.
That's fair.
TJ?
I'm not going to be as harsh. I think you'll be 3-7.
6.
But
Fuck you guys. My underdog team.
I sort of agree with Josh, but I could actually see Jam coming out of the woodworks. I think last indoor, he was really like on a great path of like doing really well.
I mean, Jan's
Kinda.
been
Honestly-
working with Kent, and he is becoming a very confident handler.
Right.
Wait, you know what?
Too
Like-
confident? Question mark.
No.
Not too confident.
Not
but
at
like,
all.
You know,
When you're
I
looking,
think
it's not really
within
I'm
the-
changing my vote to Jan as well.
Within the last month or so of the summer pickup, I watched Jan throw backhands,
Mhm.
which was fucking sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jan, you're a lefty. This is sweet, dude. And he's like, yeah, I didn't. Well, he didn't say this, but in my mind, I had this little monologue with him. and he's like, yeah, man, you've been telling me all these years I should have just threw backhands. It's free. God bless his soul.
He can definitely be a dangerous handler. Being
Yeah.
like just being lefty and being a handler is super dangerous.
Tell Scott that. He doesn't believe that.
Tall as hell.
Scott doesn't believe lefties have an advantage.
Dude, lefties have all the advantage.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Sure.
Because a round forehand is faster than a round backhand.
So yeah, basically,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that. That makes sense.
they have a little bit more
Around-
speed.
That makes sense. Dan was arguing you could step out further with the backhand than you can with the forehand. I think it's close enough. It doesn't matter very much.
Yeah, that one doesn't matter as much, but like the around forehand is just so fast
Yeah,
compared to an
I
around
absolutely
backhand.
buy that.
And then the other part to it is the people. Like when you're setting forces and whatnot, like everyone defending is like just as if it's a right hand. It shouldn't matter, but when somebody comes down with it and they pivot with the wrong foot and step to the wrong side, they can.
Yeah, when you're guarding lefty, you have to be very aware of that around forehand. That around forehand is uber dangerous.
Sure, makes sense.
All right, Higgy. What extreme are you going to hit me with? 0-10 or 5 or 4-5?
I want to be generous.
4 and 6.
I'm gonna say you lose every game up until we make a trade.
So final record 5-5.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, after the trade, I could say you do pretty good. The only reason I say this is because I've seen your mental game at the previous disc golf tournament, and
Hey, no, I was good at church.
round one,
What do you mean? I was,
round one.
my mental was good. I just played like
You
shit.
were 8 strokes behind, literally the second to last person.
Yeah, doesn't mean my mental.
He said he had a good mental game. Did he
I
have a
did.
good mental game?
Mental. Okay.
What?
We bought booze on lunch.
I drank a whole bottle of rum.
Oh, so that's why you played ball in the second round. You fucking cheater.
And he still plays last.
Performance enhancer.
You gotta go. Did anybody contact you for those discs? No.
I didn't have my name on the destroyer either. But I don't care. I ordered 2 more.
Was it the Pro Destroyer?
But at least for your breakout player, I'm gonna say Josh, just because I feel like Josh is gonna win whatever matchup he ends up getting put against. I don't care who you put on him. He's probably gonna try his
You
hardest.
think Josh is? Do you think his cardio is going to get better?
I mean,
'cause
he's been going to the gym
last
pretty
year-
consistently. So I don't know.
Because last year on my team, that was the main issue I had. Is he would have like 3 points where he was the best, most athletic person on the field, and he would have to sit for 10 minutes.
as long as he actually commits to jumping, I think he's going to be a really good player.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
I think.
I don't want your opinion.
That's fine. I'm gonna give it anyways. I think you're gonna go 2-8.
All right.
I do not think we're gonna have any trades.
Oh.
I think because you're gonna lose your first 3 games close, and we're not gonna feel that it's necessary. I think I'm betting on.
I'm gonna
Vince.
come out so hot on Thursday.
This is the added motivation you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, if
Something to prove.
yeah, prove it. I'm still riding high on Vince. I think Vince is gonna be better than you expect.
I hope so.
He's gonna be a squirrely guy,
He's got a nasty forehand.
nasty forehand, dude. If he can like put his 2 brain cells together, have a room, have him fuck and make a third, then he could be really good.
Amazing.
All right.
I don't know him at all.
Yeah, that was a pretty low blow.
No, he's not gonna listen to this. But like, if he
I'm gonna
did,
tell him.
okay, that's fine. Honestly, God, I don't know
Just
him
clip
hardly at all.
Vince, if you can harvest those 2 brain cells and listen to the podcast,
Hey, it's all part of the strat. I'm betting on him. I'm feeding motivation.
damn, you guys really want to build my team up. Huh?
Yeah. We're trying to make you
You.
guys better.
You ever watch the
Don't want
Michael?
to trade.
You ever watch the?
Yeah,
you ever watch the Michael Jordan documentary?
Yeah, I did.
You're
I
gonna
took
take
that personally.
I took that
I
personal.
did. I took that. I love it. Well, Kevin.
Are we going to my team, or are we just
Yeah,
going down
sure.
the list?
Oh,
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
I mean, you're
Your
the,
team,
you're the
your
next captain
Yeah.
in the order we've been going.
All right. So my team's got me, Matthew Marsick, John Inetta, Madeline Connolly, Nicholas Higginbotham, Luke LaGuardia, and Beefcake.
man.
I know I don't say Nicholas.
I think
on
that's a
there.
good team. That's a good team.
Yeah.
I was a little sus like on draft night, but after thinking about it for like 3 seconds, that's a good team.
I really don't think there's any bad
I think I have a solid team.
That's true.
It's his left.
Yeah, the fucking 2 and 18.
Hey, I
You're
said
not
3.
bad, dude.
I said 3 and 7.
That's still failing.
You know.
All right. This
But-
ain't about me though.
I think my biggest concern is I got a couple egos on the team that I'm gonna have to round in.
Oh, Mr. Quarterback, huh?
Yeah, I got a couple egos.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah, I
have to round
forgot you
back.
have Mr. Quarterback on your squad.
I'm not worried too much about him because I'm just gonna tell him straight up.
Okay, fair enough.
Kevin's gonna look Luke dead in the eyes. That's right, Luke. Hey, I'm Peyton Manning.
I'm not gonna say that.
I am the captain.
That's exactly.
But I think our team's gonna do well. We got a lot of people who can throw both backhand and forehand, and
Was there any specific strategy you went with in the draft? Like, I want to make sure I get person X or Y, or I want like tall players or short players because I want to run such and such an offense.
this
I know
was
last year you wanted short players just to like do handler shit the entire time.
this was my strategy. First pick, I want to get underneath. I want to get either first or second pick in the draft, and a handler. Second pick, I want an athletic dude that can run over people.
Who'd you pick first?
Matthew Marsick.
Okay, fair enough.
And an athletic dude that can run over people.
Mhm.
And that is as far as I planned.
It's a pretty solid strat,
Yeah.
especially if you got Kevin on the team.
So you're saying the rest of your team means nothing?
Well, I didn't plan that. I didn't know how the rest of it was going to go. You can never, after the first 2 picks, you can't really tell how it's going to go.
Especially with your
So-
drafting.
Especially when you have Dan over there drafting like that.
Christina first round.
So if something goes wrong with your team, what do you think that'll be?
People not wanting to reset the disc or no, just people not wanting to reset the disc. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of drops. I think turns might be a little bit minimum than
That's the same problem as not
Yeah.
resetting the disc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think that your team's main problem is just going to be people wanting to boost it.
yeah.
Because when you have Johnny on your team, there's always that thing in the back of your head of, I could send it and it could work.
As long as I can get my team to play the offense that I want, I'm gonna be set. As long as
Are you willing to talk about what offense you want to play, Kevin?
absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm
well,
willing to talk about what
so-
offense we're going to run.
Cool.
All right.
What offense are you going to run?
Lay it on us.
Oh, I'm going through a lot of offenses. I'm just
Oh, you
throwing-
haven't. Yeah,
Kevin
I
literally
mean,
put like a bunch out there.
Oh, yeah,
you're doing one thing and people will figure it out. You got to do a bunch of stuff.
what I do, the last 30 minutes at work, I get bored and I start drawing up things and start posting them in the chat.
Oh,
That,
I just dropped a couple of wins from your win-loss record.
Oh. Why?
Because Kevin's not good at explaining complicated plays.
This is true.
None of these have been complicated.
Hold on, I'll say none of them are really complicated.
Okay.
They're not like one-time plays.
Yeah.
A lot
Fair
of
enough.
it's just
Offenses aren't usually that hard to explain.
Yeah.
I play very non-complicated offenses.
Okay.
The only complicated offense I've ever played is hexagon or Mexican.
I ran a hex last year.
That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it was.
It worked for like a game.
Hex offense is complicated. That's really the only one. All the other offenses in Frisbee aren't that complicated. They're pretty simple.
Sure.
Record.
What do you think your record's going to be?
I think I'm going to go 7-3. I think there's two teams that are going to be a little rough to play against.
Who do you think is going to be a problem?
I think it's TJ and Scott's. I think it's TJ and Scott's team.
Interesting.
DJ, what do you think his record's going to be?
I think you're coming in third. I don't know what that record means, but I think you're coming in third. I think it's going to be.
Well, that's not the question.
I know. Would you say 7-3?
Yeah.
I'm going 6-4 just for out of spite.
Fair enough.
But
Who's going to be my breakout player?
breakout player? Well, all right. So if you manage to get Beefcake to put his one thing and whatever, like reproduce asexually and have a second one, then I think that's your breakout player for sure. Which I actually believe in you because I don't think he's that bad. I think he just needs to learn when to do certain things and when not to. So as long as you
I
can-
never thought he was bad at all. I just have
No,
a
I
bias
know.
against picking people I don't know.
Well, that's fair. That's very fair. But yeah, if you can get him rounded up, I think he'll be your player for sure.
All right. So, I'm going to be super humble here. Undefeated. 10-0.
Hey, there we go.
Gotta have that mentality.
Hell yeah.
But no, 1-0 each week.
You're going to lose in the championship?
For real, though.
18-1 Patriots?
7-3 is probably realistic. Hopefully not. No Eli Manning on the rest of our.
I could be Eli Manning. I see that as my Frisbee persona.
Really?
You don't toss it deep. Eli's had some deep balls.
That's fair. He's just goofy and like,
Yeah.
that's about it.
But no, for real. Probably 7-3 is probably where I see us landing. Breakout player, at least for our team, it's got to be Johnny Inetta. Probably the fastest.
Human
best
being
handler.
alive.
Best
Barry
handler.
Allen.
Body
I'm
fat
not being
percentage
sarcastic
less
whatsoever.
than, like
whatsoever.
5%.
What?
Body fat percentage less
Oh,
than
3%. 3%.
My bad.
Yeah.
3%.
But no,
According
no,
to Johnny Iannetta.
I think Johnny's literally going to be a really good player this year. So,
yeah.
not that he isn't every year, because he's
He is
literally
the-
a golden god, unlike another team captain claims to be. But
He's the back-to-back winner
I will
league
cut
champion.
you up and put you in a box.
as long as you put an H on it.
What's the H for? Piggy?
Hornets. The H stands for Hornets. Guys haven't watched It's Always Sunny.
Always
That's,
Sunny,
that's
okay.
really apparent right now.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
either way, yeah, that's my take. Scooter?
I like 6-4. I could go 6-4. I think you have a good squad. You have some good strategies, but you'll drop a couple games if Johnny doesn't show up or if the other team you're playing against figures your strat out.
Reasonable. Breakout player?
I think Kev's on.
Oh yeah, breakout player. I think Luke Guardia is going to be good. I think he's already pretty good. We just don't really know him that well, so he's going to be. Everyone's going to think he's unexpectedly good. I think he's going to be a breakout player.
I've just never played indoor with him, so I don't know how that's going to translate. 'Cause, I mean, it is a pretty different game.
I've only ever played outdoor with him twice, and he was a real big like give the disc back to me kind of guy, but he always made smart moves. So
Doesn't sound like a quarterback.
I mean, if you're Kirk Cousins, maybe.
yeah,
I think Kev was right. I think it'll be 7-3, but I think he'll lose first round of the playoffs.
okay.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna break out?
I don't think they'll necessarily have a quote breakout player. I think they're gonna start good and they're gonna end good.
Okay,
I don't think
that's
anyone's
fair.
show any drastic improvement or like I think Kevin just drafted a good team and they're gonna just remain a good team. was going to be great.
It's a very fair take.
Understandable.
What do you think, Mike?
All right. Kevin's team goes 9-1.
Damn.
Of course, only losing to us.
Yeah, we'll go 1-1.
So you're everyone plays everyone what 3 times?
Twice.
Twice. Okay.
So we'll split.
You'll have
We'll
the
go
1-1
1-1
record.
Okay.
Okay.
But either way, Kevin's team second place in the overall tournament. So, and then good breakout player, of course, John Inetta. Only because with the smaller field, Johnny was a collegiate sprinter, and he can get that extra. It's all about burst with this.
Yeah, but
He was a 400 runner.
He's a straight line speed.
He was a
He
400.
was
He was
a-
a 400-meter hurdle runner.
Yeah, 400-meter hurdle runner, but it's still like
John-
still sprinter.
John
still,
Yeah, he's
don't
still
got
a-
that.
still
Look, he's still the
mainly-
fastest person in the league. I think that
But it's
Josh
that
and
initial
Wojo and
burst, like,
probably
so-
like Dustin and Kevin have better get off than he does.
I don't because keep in mind, like I'm pretty sure that you're the one that told me this, Scott. Whenever it comes to like college running, it's just like how quickly can you get up to that speed?
Acceleration.
And I
I-
think that
I'm not an
Johnny's pretty
expert
damn good to
In
getting.
college, a 400 is much more about how well you can maintain than it is about how quickly you can accelerate. Even a 100 is more about how much you can maintain. Once you get down to like a 40 and a 60, that's when it's about acceleration.
Either way, Johnny's still gonna pop off.
You don't got a starting
He needs to go
block,
for
man.
the 3-peat. The back-to-back Winter League champion needs 3 in a row to make it official.
Oh yeah,
Johnny needs his
forgot
third
about that.
ring.
Like that
Has-
may put in the extra boosters for.
No,
that
nobody's
if
followed
anything.
him, right? He's the only person who will be going for 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I think so.
No idea.
I think so.
Okay.
Although he said I was a runner-up last year.
Wait a second.
our
No,
group
I
chat.
think Sean is technically.
Yeah,
Oh,
Was
Sean-
Sean?
Sean
Sean
is-
was on your team, wasn't he?
Yeah, so if he plays next year, then he'll be going for 3 in a row.
Don't leave my boy out with the 2 rings.
I forgot about Sean was on your team. I completely forgot about that.
We miss you, buddy.
Johnny was so toxic to Sean at like every available opportunity. Like if Sean would ever get beat on defense, like Johnny would just look at him and go,
There was a very snide.
Knowing shrug.
I'm
John,
almost-
get your mental together.
There's
He
very
had the most
they
back
do
blocks
not
of any
like
player.
each other. I am almost positive. of
and I
that.
think it's almost exclusively because of that.
Good chance, yeah.
But John literally holds the record for most back blocks. How can you hate the dude?
Yeah.
His back is just attracted to the disc.
Back blocks.
Yeah, he just
He's-
for whatever
he's just-
reason
He
was
doesn't look
in
at the disc. He
generally
just
the right
goes up and
position
just
a
hits
lot
him in
of
the
the
back.
What?
He's just generally in the right position, but
Yeah.
he's not really paying attention a lot of the time.
He just hits him in the back.
The
I mean-
no-fly zone award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Was that the
no.
first season?
Yeah,
Of
first
course it was.
season, Sean
I
got the
didn't get
no-fly
any
zone.
awards for the second. Oh no!
Yeah, we did have a second set of second season.
Yikes! DJ.
Yep.
DJ.
You got any
The
team
teasers.
names on the docket?
Well, I feel like we finished mine, talk about games and pats, and then we go into team names.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I ran through mine.
Well, I guess that's fair.
I
So,
dropped mine.
That doesn't
all
matter.
right, fine. No,
Did I drop mine?
No,
you
you
didn't.
didn't.
No, I did.
I didn't.
Oh,
Just me, it's
We'll
fine.
just keep going. Yeah,
Alright,
we'll just keep going. We'll get into the team names.
So my team's me, and then Mark Amebly,
Mobley.
Amably, whatever.
Oh, me?
No,
Zach.
whatever.
Really,
Zach Palm.
He's a human being.
Palm,
Respect
him.
what's your
Palmentera.
teammate?
I just know Palms. I don't know Palmentera. And then Paul Wesner and Aaron Wesner, and then Troy Nemeth and Elizabeth Conlon.
Did they come as a package?
No.
No.
I just picked
That's
them
just
both.
how it happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for my team. I went with, like, in the strategy of picking, I was going for mentality and teachability. Because, like Dan, that's kind of like, I don't know, what I'm going for is getting people into the group and wanting to play. So, Mark, obviously, was first pick for mentality because he, if any of you know him, I know Kevin does, is just a delight at all times.
The description form, the best teammate you could ever ask for.
Exactly.
He seemed pretty nice when I met him at the draft.
No, I'm
That was the dude with the beard.
here.
Yeah. He's on the sideline. Someone's going to dumpster you, like sky you. He's coming up to you. He's on your back. He's like, "Don't worry, man. You'll get him next time. You got this." That's the personality Mark is.
You got Johnny beating up on Sean on the sidelines. He's coming in there and rubbing Sean's back,
Yeah.
whispering sweet nothings into his ear.
But then teachability and stuff. So I mean, Palms is Palms. He's incredible and will beat Johnny in any of these competitions we just talked about at any time. But
Really hot take.
I don't know,
I don't
dude.
think so.
Honestly, last year, I think I put Palms on John, and it came out in my favor like 80% of the time.
The only thing that I could see Johnny
Like outside of
Scott,
jump balls.
right, that I was just gonna say is like a jump ball or specifically a ball that they have to like fight for position and stuff.
Yeah.
And even then, half the time.
I mean, those are the two
Zach
things
just
that
had a-
Johnny's elite at.
Right.
Put yourself in a position where that's all Johnny has to do.
I mean, Johnny
that's the
might-
whole point of having
Johnny
Johnny. on
might
the team.
have like a 99 read, but Zach had a 99.3.
Sure.
So I mean,
I can't say anything about Palms. I love playing with Palms.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But and then Paul, I've literally never met in my life. Apparently, he has a kid, by the way. Fun fact that'll come in later with the team names.
He's
Uh,
going to work his ass off.
yeah, but I've heard he's very good.
like
so,
as a father, or
well, hopefully.
But he's going to work his ass off on the field.
Erin played with like once or twice in Canton, and she just came the last Monday, and was
I was pretty impressed by her.
good enough for me to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pick her. And then
so wait, is that wife or
Sister.
sister,
sister?
yeah,
Okay.
right. I wasn't sure. But and then
Well-
I never even thought to ask that question because I
Now
just
we're
assume
down
everyone
there.
our age isn't married, but that's very valid.
exactly. But
Palms is engaged.
Yeah, I did see that.
Palms is engaged.
yeah, no, he
Oh
told me
my
that.
goodness.
And then Troy, I met only at the draft party and was like, seemed cool. This is so-
He's a really good
Really
guy.
wanted to throw a
He-
disc.
He can throw okay. He just has never really played in a serious situation ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he also kind of seemed like a goofball, which was part of the
Yeah.
positivity thing I was going for.
He comes from the independence group,
Yeah.
so like
They
you're
don't
gonna
really-
have to teach him rules. That's a big one.
Yep.
Stall count that doesn't exist over there.
Marking.
Marking
So-
fouls.
Now, I don't know if that's true, though, because right when I made my thing, I just literally made a poll and put every Frisbee term I could think of in there and was like, just take off everyone that you guys know. There's only 2 that didn't have everybody say they knew it already.
What were they?
Well,
I
here's
don't
the
remember.
thing about that.
Well,
is
let me,
that-
I want to know what they are.
I could say I know things.
Yeah, exactly. You
But
can
not
check,
actually-
you can check a
but
box.
I can even believe that I think I know it.
Well, that's fair, but not.
I
Well,
want to know what
regardless.
these were.
I'm fine. I'll
No,
look at it later.
I believe he knows. I just think they
Don't.
prefer barbaric.
Frisbee over there.
I wouldn't call it frisbee.
Yeah.
There's
Pick six.
A big flat ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then Elizabeth is also very good. So I went with, and then also that was another thing too, is having 2 girls I think is going to be an actually like really big asset for me. Hot take, I know, but I think it will be because matchups are going to be hard for you guys having only a girl. I know it doesn't matter because you're not matching up, but I do think that either Erin or Elizabeth could easily take any of the other girls and then also hang with most of the lower end guys.
That's fair.
So, and they'll be under evaluated, like unexpected.
Yeah.
So people
Yeah.
hang off of them and whatever.
So what do you have any strategy when or you said positivity?
Yeah.
Do you have anything you're looking at specifically running with your team? I'm asking because it's interesting. I'm not trying to like gather
No, I know.
information because that doesn't.
it does.
I'm not
it
going to
really-
do anything with that information.
Right. It doesn't make the huge. We're not playing club. It's
I know.
not a like knowing your offense isn't gonna take it off, derail it. It's
Yeah, exactly. Because especially when you go out there and you run your offense.
You
the
still
first
have
It
to
just falls
do it.
apart.
Well, you know exactly what it is or what it is already.
right.
But-
I'm not gonna be sitting there being like, "Oh, Kevin's running a zipper!" Like,
Yeah, right. But no, we haven't
break it! Like, no. I'm just-
we haven't talked about it too extensively yet. Mostly just.
But you're
'cause-
like, do you have any ideas?
Well, I kind of want to go in there, probably throw a vert, just see like what people
See
got,
what happens. Sure.
see where we are, and then go from there. But I'm not gonna do anything tricky. I'm not gonna be like
Yeah.
running hexes or anything like that. It'll be verts and sides and.
Honestly, that was so fun last year.
On the X.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
it was great.
I had to mod it so much for indoor.
You monitor for 5 people.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, hex means 6, dude.
dude, I had like days of conversations with people over Reddit of how to like change it to like a triangle.
Yeah.
With 2 handlers and.
But yeah, I think we're going to be pretty good. I really like the mentality of our team, and then, like I said, I think we've got enough experience and like ability to hold it down. I don't know. I said you were going to be third, and I'm going to put myself in the championship as second.
Who are you playing?
Like, I think if we get to the championship, we actually have a pretty good chance of winning because of our mentality. But you never know. And I think Pat's going to be the person I'm playing the championship.
Okay. So record. Need number.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess
what
that would have to
what
make
seed
me
you coming in with?
probably 8-2 in order to get there, or 7-3 possibly, depending on playoffs. So I'm going 8-2.
Who you losing to?
Breakout player.
Oh yeah,
fair,
breakout
fair.
player, or like you want to ask other questions, you can do.
No, I think breakup player is going to be a toss-up, actually. I think it's going to be between Aaron, Troy, and Elizabeth. Mostly because I don't really know what Troy can do. But I think it's going to be... I'm going to put my money on Aaron.
Okay.
I think he'll be Aaron. I think he'll be able to teach her enough.
I mean, just hearing your team, I already put you over Dan. So there's that.
Shit,
I'll take
man.
it.
I can see you guys going 5-5.
Really?
Respectable.
I'd never be good, but I don't know. I feel like, and I hate like countering it, but I feel like matchup wise you're going to struggle. And
Maybe.
that's not necessarily because of the women. I just think
Yeah.
with the inexperience from like Troy and
Yeah, Troy, Aaron, and Elizabeth.
yeah.
And then
Okay.
I think Paul's played enough, but I don't know.
I think it's still gonna be good.
Yeah.
Competitive. Like every other team. Besides,
Yeah.
Obviously. I'm gonna throw as much shade as I possibly can.
He's in for one episode. Throws the most
Oh,
fun.
dude, if you have a winning record, I will bring in a literal crow to eat.
Jake. Excellent.
Wow. That's what I play for.
Okay.
Is that any time? Is that the end of the
And
or
the season,
anytime he has a winning
if
record?
this dude's- if this-
So if he wins
No, no, no,
game
no, no.
one.
if
And-
six
and
and
season.
4 or better.
Okay.
I mean, there's no downside for me here.
Yeah,
so.
there's literally no doubt.
No, yeah, I really kind of painted myself in the corner there, but I'm that confident.
How about
that confident that you suck.
All right.
how about if I
Now,
don't?
TJ.
We make literal fight milk, and end of the
Ooh.
season we both drink.
All right.
I'm not drinking it. That's
So-
still an L for me.
So do we convince all the other teams to throw it so Scott has to come in and eat a crow?
No.
I'll cook it for
Maybe.
you.
All the other teams.
Are you gonna hunt it
Do,
too?
do you have a hot take or a breakout player or a player you expect to do worse or anything interesting to say?
I think Palms is gonna have over the course of the season
How many hammers?
20 hammers. Yeah. 20
I know.
hammers for points.
4 points. Oh, 20 hammer assists.
I'm not going to let it happen.
I mean, you don't got a choice.
I'm gonna be in his ear the entire time.
I think
don't
the
you
hammer's like
understand.
a broken throw-in.
Literally,
why wouldn't you let
We
it
had
happen?
already made an agreement at the end of summer
Oh.
that both of our first throws have to be hammers.
Behind the
That's
scenes.
Oh yeah, by the way, my first throw's gonna be a hammer.
Behind the scenes.
All right, it better be vertical.
First throw or first assist?
First throw.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what happens if Palm breaks this?
He has to eat a crow.
Yeah, he's getting grouped in with Scott over there.
That's a saying, right? Like you eat crow if you're wrong about
Yes,
something?
that is-
Okay,
you
I
are
wanted to make
correct.
sure I didn't fuck that up.
Where are you going to get the crow from?
The street.
Yeah.
I was gonna say-
You gonna hunt one?
I can hunt one. I'll buy an
BB
air
gun?
gun.
I'll pick up some roadkill and leave it in my front yard, and then I'll shoot
Trap
the
it.
thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fair. But,
Um,
alright.
Yep,
Yeah.
Scooter.
I think you're going to be 9-1. You were my favorite to win.
Okay.
I think that you reaped a lot of the benefits of Dan not having a conventional draft.
Agreed.
I also think you reap a lot of the benefits of picking the 2 people who are probably really good but also lesser known by everyone else.
Right.
So you are able to get
You're
like
saying
a
Paul and Troy, or
Paul
Paul
and
Elizabeth?
like Mark. Like I don't.
Oh.
I think they're better than
I mean-
I think they are.
I think Well, at least to the captain's knowledge, I think everyone knew Mark was good.
Okay. I don't know. I just personally think that having those guys on your team, I think that those two are probably a little bit underrated because not everyone knew who they were, and they're probably good.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think
No, definitely.
that's to your advantage.
kind of what I was picking from.
Um,
And then basically, I was planning to hopefully get Mark no matter what, but then you picking Christina let me get Paul's too, which is like a huge plus to me.
Yeah, that's it. I think you drafted smart, and you're gonna win it all. I think it's gonna be either you and me or you and Patrick in the championship.
I agree. I think TJ. I think at the end of the draft, when I was looking over my masterpiece, I think I looked at TJ's team. I was like, wow, that feels good.
Yeah,
Not for me,
yeah,
but like a good draft.
yeah.
Like TJ fought through the chaos and came out with a good team.
The
Yeah.
draft was chaotic. It really was.
And so yeah, like I think TJ's my favorite to win. I look at your first four, yourself, Mark, Zach, and Paul, and I look at that and I'm like, wow, that seems really hard to stack up a D line on.
Right.
So yeah, I don't really necessarily have much to say outside of like I think your games are probably going to be blowouts.
I don't want blowouts. I think we'll win, hopefully.
Having every game be a blowout is going to be tough.
Oh, I wouldn't say every game. I think he's going to just he's going to run the field for a little while.
Okay. Take it.
Before like all like I think his team's going to drop first week, be really good just off the bat. I don't think they're going to like exponentially get better as like they figure out their chemistry or something. Whereas other teams are going to improve more.
Yeah,
Kind of like how I looked at Kevin's team and I was like, that's a good team. No one's going to be great.
Yeah, I buy that.
But a little more so for TJ.
Take it. I feel like I have the opposite of Dan. Dan has like everything to prove, and I have like everything to lose.
All right, Mike.
So yeah, going over the numbers. I agree with TJ. I think his team's going to be 8-2. Not so far beating Kevin or Scott's team. I don't know. I the only people that I know that how they play are Zach and TJ. And those two on a team together, like that's still pretty fucking good, like by itself. But real spotlight player that I think you're going to see a lot of growth for is Troy. I think that independence roughed him up a bit. He's going to be playing aggressive but not foul.
Tackle frisbee.
Like it's going to be playing like hard. Like he's going to be going hard, and he's actually a pretty good handler. So yeah.
I think you're going 6-4.
6-4.
I think
I have some breaking news from the frisbee world. Johnny Inetta is letting his beard grow out.
Ooh.
Good sign. Good sign.
Is that a good sign for you,
Yeah,
Kevin?
Great sign.
That's some
Gotta
masculine
have some
energy right
beard.
there.
Friend. Gotta have a beard.
All right, fair enough. Sorry
Anyway.
to interrupt. I just thought that was important.
No, that's extremely important.
I think everyone's putting your team on a pedestal to the point where everyone thinks your players are better than they actually are. So I think you're going to go 6-4. You're not going to have really any big breakout players, but you're going to have consistency. But you're also going to run into the issue of, because everyone's thinking you guys are so much better than every other team, there's going to be too much pressure to the point where there are going to be a lot of your players just throwing it away for no reason.
Yep. That's what I was just saying to Dan. We'll see. I think I might be able to convince them it's not true.
At least from everybody's predictions so far, I am worried for Pat and Gabe's team because you guys have all winning records to everybody besides Dan so far. And in order to counteract how many wins are happening right now, some teams definitely have to take some
that's
L's.
pretty typical for predictions. And
I'm
everyone
definitely
expects even if you listen to like NFL preseason shows, everyone expects every team to be a wagon except for like the Lions coming into the
Well, that's
season.
what I'm saying. Like, but it has
But
to
that-
even
that's-
out at some
but
point.
like that's
in the
that's
bottom
pretty
portion.
typical for preseason predictions, no matter what you're talking.
Oh,
about.
so we could just rattle off 9 out of 10 for each team.
Exactly.
Did you listen to any like NFL preseason predictions? That's what everyone
I mean,
does.
everybody says that. But, like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody goes like specifically into numbers. A lot
Okay,
of
yeah,
teams
that's
are,
that's
like,
fair.
hugely into like, oh yeah, the Browns have this massive offseason and sign so many players are going to be a workhorse or whatever. But I don't think they like go into like specific numbers because I feel like at least with numbers and predictions for those, they're held accountable. Us, we're
And
just
we
kinda-
are not.
Yeah, we're just kind
which
of
is awesome.
We're just kind of
Um,
fucking rolling around.
Exactly.
Wait, so what? Okay, so going back to the whole records, have we set like, well, what are we doing for ties?
There are no ties.
we're praying that they don't happen because that would be pretty hard for that to be the case. We have current plan is we have 60 minutes per game, 2 to 3 minutes of warm up, 25-minute half, 2 to 3 minutes of halftime, 25-minute half, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 minutes for whatever universe point happens.
Okay.
And if you can't solve a point in 5 minutes on an indoor field, then we'll just give both teams the L because they deserve it.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
That's fair. Yeah. I think what we said was rock paper scissors.
Yeah, or
If
rock
that
paper
actually
scissors.
were to happen, but no. Yeah. Whatever.
Is this
fucking-
sanctioned?
No. Yeah. Sanctioned shit.
That better be in paper somewhere.
All right. I'll write it on a piece of paper. Oh, team name.
Team name. What were you
Because we
thinking?
were going to talk about that. The
Wait, you guys talking
Dude,
about Gabe and
Well,
Pat?
I was saying I was gonna pull up Gabe's
Oh,
team, but
that's
if you
true,
want to
that's
talk
true.
about your team name,
No,
that'd
no,
be a
no.
good time while I pull
Well,
it up.
sure. It was earlier we were talking about making the PG playlist,
No.
and I was like, well, maybe we'll want to because apparently we were starting to like rattle stuff off, and it was getting to like the one that I think we might end up going with is Dunder Mifflin. Well, but
Dunder
Mifflin.
Mifflin? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
But it was getting into like the hookups, get the huck out, flicks before dicks because we've got 2 girls, stuff like that. And then there's someone that was just like, even though it's already the MILF League, maybe we want to keep family friendly. Smiley face. I was
Who
like,
said that?
So, just to be clear,
Thanks.
we're not officially the MILF League.
yeah, I know, but like we are.
Yeah.
But that's
Specifically for that reason. I don't want to have to talk to any like
Yeah.
potential venue or anything and explain
Oh.
why our name's the MILF League.
No, of course. But so we'll see where our team name ends up. But I'm liking Dunder Mifflin.
That's pretty solid. That's a good name.
My team name? Growers Not Showers. And Christina.
Alright.
Not to say that she isn't going to grow over the season.
I was gonna
Sure.
say,
Yeah,
She's
how's that
absolutely
gonna-
a grower.
how's that gonna? Yeah, there we go.
But there's a double entendre there.
Oh,
really?
shit.
Really?
I didn't realize. Alright, Gabe's team. Gabe Dombrowski, Elliot Schloniger, Anthony Durr, Sam Smartnick, Sammy Burke, Becca Aaron Holt Yoakum, and Tim Marsick.
I look at that and I see it as
I see it as you shut down Gabe and Elliot and their team falls apart.
yeah, I see it exactly.
I see it almost
It's-
as that you shut down Gabe and their team falls apart.
It's how much does Gabe want to play catch with Elliot?
Yeah. Because I think Elliot is awesome. Elliot's really good. I just don't think he realizes how good he is, and he kind of waits for someone else to do things first a lot of the time. I don't know if...
He just doesn't have the confidence.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
just have to build his
And
confidence.
he will build it, but I don't know if Macedonia Winter League 2021 is the optimal place for it to get built.
I don't know. I mean, so he's what?
17.
17?
Maybe he's 18.
No, he's 18.
He's
He's
grad-
18 now.
He's an
He
just
18-year-old kid.
graduated high school.
With
Oh,
a,
he graduated. Okay.
he's an 18-year-old kid with a good upbringing.
Yeah.
That's holding him back. All right? Need some ego out there.
Sure.
You gotta flaunt it around and act like you own the place.
Because when you got it, you got it.
I mean, he's good. Like, he just needs to realize that he's good.
Elliot, you listening, bud? You got it. All right,
Because there are times
whip it out.
where we're playing, and I'll end up match up on Elliot, and I know in the back of my head that Elliot could do basically whatever he wants if I'm guarding him,
Yeah, he could.
and then he just doesn't. He kind of like respects me when I like give him overs or unders, and like, oh, he can probably catch up. I'm just gonna like do the standard thing here.
But sometimes the standard thing is a smart play, the right play.
But
But
not all the
he
time.
does it every time, and I think that if he realizes I'm better than like most of these nerds,
Nerds.
he could just take over a game with Gabe, and they could win quite a few. That's my take.
My take is 4 and 6, and it's just going to be if teams are going to be able to shut down Gabe and Elliott.
Yeah, I think Anthony is like their wild card there, in that because like that
Anthony's
dude.
good.
He's going to be
Yeah,
a good
no,
deep ball, but
he's
I
fine.
do
Weak
not believe
ankles.
he's got the best. I don't think he's going to be like a thrower that's going to
Oh
be able
no,
to
no, I'm not saying he's.
impact well.
I'm not saying he's going to be throwing it. I'm saying I've watched that dude play over the summer, and he's willing to sacrifice it all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like that dude, he'll throw himself
Like, he-
into a play.
he took himself out of the last hour of frisbee one week, getting like a D, like a layout D, where he like crashed into my knee.
Yeah, like he for sure.
Oh.
If he can take care of himself over the season, I think he'll be pretty impactful
Yeah,
from like a defensive standpoint.
I think Sammy Burke is
Jump.
really.
He's
I
gonna,
think-
I think
I think he's pretty athletic and pretty quick. He just tries to play as a handler when he's never really played frisbee.
I think you teach him a little bit, he'll be an all right player.
Who's
Yeah.
teaching?
Gabe's gonna have to
Gabe
teach.
can teach.
That is what talking about Gabe's team. That was the one thing I was going to say is that Gabe's kind of the only one that like truly has frisbee knowledge. Well, he does now at this point,
Yeah.
sort of as well. But you know what I mean? Like they're both relatively new,
Elliot doesn't seem like the type that'll be able to convey the knowledge.
right?
I don't necessarily want to say that Gabe is of the same breed, because he's not in that term. But I don't know. I myself, well, looking at it as myself, can't sit there and think of Gabe teaching me how to play frisbee. I don't know.
I could.
I think because he just doesn't talk about it
Do
that
it,
often.
yeah.
I think he definitely knows what to do and almost always makes the smart move. He doesn't talk about it the same way like you three do, so you don't
He
know
more
that he has
more
that
of just
knowledge.
like shows through play.
Yeah,
Right.
He knows
which
As opposed
could
to-
could just be him running fast and catching it, so you don't really make the connection that he knows what to do here.
Right.
When he does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You guys were talking
Who
about.
said 4 and 6? Was that you, Scott?
I did.
Kevin did.
Kevin? Yeah,
I'm
think
inclined to agree.
I think that feels pretty accurate.
I was gonna give him my only 5 and 5. I think he's just like unknown. I think he's gonna do well enough to do okay, but I have no idea if he will.
I think he'll take a game off TJ's team
Maybe.
in,
I could see
in
that.
one of their 2 meetings. I think they'll have a really hot week.
I'm most worried of Kevin and Pat's for sure.
Becca's a little bit of a unknown quantity because I don't
I
don't know if
idea.
anyone's ever played
I'm,
with her.
I'm 95% sure Christina's better than Becca.
Okay. And Tim Marsick, when Tim Marsick's in shape, Tim can go out and be like the third most athletic guy in the field, but he only does it for like 2 or 3 points a game most weeks because
Tim's been on the grind. He's a grustler. Let me tell you.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude's chasing the bag. Props to him for it.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be a sore loser on the field for sure.
Yeah, because that
You
was
keep
Gabe's
his
team.
mentality up, though. Like, I played with him last year. You keep his mentality up, he's
Tim's
not
a
too
great
good. Yeah,
teammate. It's literally just conditioning. If
Yeah.
you can either teach him to expend his energy intelligently or just get his conditioning through the roof, he's really good. But you gotta do one of those two things.
I think he's gonna take a couple weeks to warm up the flick again.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's true. We're playing indoors, so everyone just gets like 10 points added to their how good at throwing am I score.
Exactly.
Pat's team.
Pat's team. Pat, Alex Wojciechowicz, Allison Schloniger, James Snyder, Matt Chinook, Dennis Roberts, Daniel Baumgartner. I think this team's a wagon.
I say I'm most scared of Kevin Pats, and then Scott's, and then Gabe's and then
I think Pat's,
Who's after me? Who's after me?
I think Pat's team's going to have
I think
the
they
record. The whole issue with their team is handlers.
I think they have a lot of players who will make the first cut and then throw the frisbee up the line.
Yeah.
They can do that really well.
They have,
In my opinion.
I think they just have such an end zone
The scary part
Well,
about that, though, is that's almost
That's
all
gonna
you
work.
need for indoor, because
Yeah.
it's like 60 feet.
But like, out of looking at their team, 4 of their players are going to struggle with forehand.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Alex has gotten way better at forehand recently since he hasn't played disc golf as much. So I'm just going to make sure to take him out every 3 or 4 weeks to like really warm up the turfy at every third throw.
I wasn't talking about Wojo with the forehand, by the way.
But he's gotten
Yeah.
way better since he hasn't played disc golf as much.
Yeah.
I think James, Matt, Dennis, and D-Bomb are going to have some trouble with the forehands.
Dennis actually.
Well, Matt's left-handed. His forehand's fine.
No,
He throws a righty forehand.
Yeah, he throws a
Oh,
righty
that's right. He
Yeah.
does. Oh,
he
yeah,
throws
I
a
forgot
lefty
about
backhand
that.
and a righty forehand. He has some issues that he needs to work out.
Big time. Dennis.
Embrace the lefty, Matt.
Force flick against that team.
Yeah,
Such
embrace
a
the lefty,
gift.
absolutely.
Not
But-
that I was going to ever do anything different, but
Really, just don't let Pat get the disc.
Easy.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the strategy with like most
Any
of our
team,
teams, yeah.
right?
Just don't let the captain get the disc. But yeah, no, I agree. That's
Dan, what if you can't get the disc? I will.
whatever.
Like, Pat, what if you don't get the disc? He will. Like,
okay.
I don't know. Dennis is actually pretty good. The only thing playing with him I noticed was sometimes I get like
He gets a little
flustered.
physical.
Well, yes, he does.
He
He's
is.
very physical.
Very physical.
Which
Oh,
I'm
does he?
so excited to see
That's
Dennis
cool.
versus Johnny matchup. By the way, because they were on the same team the whole time.
Dennis.
But that matching, he's the.
Do you think
you
they'll
don't
ever
know
match
for
up against
sure.
each other?
Is he
He's-
Chase's father?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like athletic though.
Yeah,
He's like 55-year-old like
athletic.
athletic.
He will jump into you and knock you down.
Dennis,
Yeah.
how much can you squat?
Definitely more than you, easily.
Whoa. I agree with that, but like, shit.
More than
why you gotta
probably
come at-
anyone.
Fuck,
Probably anyone.
You've been shitting on my team all fucking night. Now
Hey,
you're coming after
I
me.
gave you the best
Squat.
record.
I have
gave you
a
the best-
question. This is a legit question. Do you think Dennis takes TRT, testosterone replacement
Oh.
therapy?
Oh, is he doping?
I don't think so.
It's not
Dennis-
really doping
Dennis,
once you're
we're gonna-
55. It's just maintaining it.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a chance, but I don't think so.
We're gonna check you, Dennis. All right.
Yeah, everyone's having a surprise drug test.
Mandatory drug test.
As soon as you walk in the door.
Don't worry, Mike. Weed's
All right,
fine.
so
Yeah,
expected
any
record
other substance, any substance is fine, just not any HGH of any sort.
expected record for Pat's team 8-2, and I
Okay.
think Dan Baumgartner will be surprising because Dan hasn't played more than 2 weeks in a row in like 4 years.
More than that.
I'm going 7-3 for them.
Okay, 7-3.
Yeah, I hover around the 7.364 marker. Probably 7.3.
Sure.
I hover 7.3, 8.2.
Wait, so has anyone heard from D-Bomb recently or no?
D-Bomb, yes, D-Bomb has Thursdays off. He will be playing.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think I
cool.
talked to him.
D-Bomb has just been crazy at work, and that's one of the reasons he was texting me, because he was texting me during the draft and a little bit afterwards.
Okay.
We should see if we can get one of our weeks catered by Macedonia Chick-fil-A. That'd be incredible.
Oh, by the way,
I would throw up, dude.
well,
Like after, okay. I'm
uh,
like,
or
drinking
no, you could have
before.
it before. Yeah.
Not after, but
You'd have it before.
yeah.
it'd be like during
Yeah,
probably.
sure. But,
Drink, eat, sprint.
no, but speaking of that, Dennis did say that his company would sponsor something like that.
Oh, like
like it was, like,
postseason.
$200 for like some dinner.
What's his company?
He mentioned it, but I forgot already.
Dennis, I'll be willing.
it's like
I'll be willing to overlook
What's the
your
sponsor?
It's
You
like
gotta
his-
throw
testosterone
Oh, okay.
enhancers.
What's
Ryan,
the
slide
sponsor?
on.
We gotta hit it up in the podcast.
Yeah, I know,
We
right?
gotta
Yeah,
get
that's
the
true.
shout
Yeah,
out.
we'll start dropping it. Yeah, he'll sponsor the podcast so that we can get
Oh,
like.
sponsor.
This is brought to you by
And give us an ad read
Dennis's
too.
company.
Yeah.
All right. I pray to God more than 2 people listen to this.
I think
I'll be
Probably
honest, I'm
some
not
of
sure
us
if I'm
will.
going to listen to
I'm
it.
not sure about that.
Yeah, most of us will. I
think Gabe
I think
definitely
Gabe will. Pat will. Sean will. Probably ends there.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's just all we need.
Exactly.
So final standings. Do you want to go through and like rank 1 through 6? What you think the team order is going to be?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Regular season or
No, I think everything.
just
Let's
final standings?
go with overall final
Yeah.
standings.
Okay.
Final
Like
standings.
12 games.
Is anyone here not going to say they're going to win the championship?
It's a loser mentality.
So in that sense,
Here,
I
look,
hear where
don't
you're coming
act-
from, but
don't
also
act
you
around.
want to give like a real answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we won't do this one.
Right, Dan, you start us off.
Yeah, you go first.
All right, so I'm winning.
Okay.
I made
A
that
game?
fucking trophy 2 years ago, and I want that shit hanging on my wall.
Isn't it already? Where is it?
It's at my
Shit,
house.
that's
Because
okay.
I won last year.
Oh.
You-
I thought you just didn't.
I worked so I felt so good
It's a
making
good trophy. We want to laser engrave the winners on the back from the last year.
that. Okay, I don't have that capability.
I know you don't.
And
That's not a dig. I just
Yeah.
Steve doesn't work at.
I know he doesn't.
yeah.
So I would have to go do it like Akron Public Library or something, or pay someone like $200 to do it.
That's too much.
It'd be kind of cool if you.
So I cut
Dennis, you got connects?
Well, I cut a
Man.
blank out of wood so I can do a practice run before I risk ruining the real thing.
Right.
I just have to do it one afternoon.
What is it, by the way? I don't think I saw it.
It's
a
a
wooden disc.
wooden frisbee.
Dope.
It says Macedonia indoor.
I made it on a lathe and just
Ooh. That's dope.
it was fun. Yeah, no, it was a good time. But I think I'll win. I do. I really do.
Okay.
I come out in the finals.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I need my minions to fulfill their roles.
Sure.
I love you guys. We're all growers here.
And Christine.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
Okay, so for the order, I have
Oh shit, order.
Yeah. The other five.
I'm sorry. Give me a second.
It's shit about the orders. You just
That's
want-
it.
I'm a winner. That's all there is to it. Okay. I think
It's a winning mentality. I'll give you that.
I think I'll come in last seed for the finals.
You'll be 4th seed.
Yeah, I think
You'll
I'll
just-
be.
you'll
I think I'll be
scrape your
4th
way into
seed,
the playoffs.
and
Okay.
I think I'll beat TJ in the first round, and then I think I'll beat Kevin in the finals.
Okay.
So I think it'll be myself, Kevin, TJ or Pat, Scott, and Gabe.
I have somewhat the opposite list.
Sure.
I have Scott's team being number 1, shocker.
Sure.
Kevin's team coming in 2nd, TJ's coming in 3rd, Pat's coming in 4th, Gabe's coming in 5th, and then Dan's coming in, 2nd to Gabe's.
Second to game.
Nice.
What's you thinking, Kev?
Wait for Kevin to say he's not going to win.
Oh wow! I think it's gonna be me, TJ, Pat, Scott, Gabe, Dan.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty close. Obviously, I would switch you and me, but I think it. I don't know. I have a feeling that Pat.
I'm glad I'm not the only narcissist sitting in this
I
fucking room.
think. I think Pat might beat you out though.
Why would anybody say they weren't going to lose? or weren't going to win?
I wasn't going to just because, like,
Yeah.
I have that thing where I can't say I'm going to win or else it's not going to happen. But now I have to because I've been pressured into it.
Because I've been peer pressured. No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. All those like things are fair. People, any team can
Yeah.
win or lose in whatever reason, but
Except Dan.
no, I think. Hey, I give you the best. I give you the
Well.
best record out of everyone here, except for you, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so whatever that was me, Pat, Kevin, Scott, Gabe, Dan.
All right. Well, I think we obviously know who's number 1.
Damn.
Kevin's team up at number 1. I think we played Pat for finals. I'm gonna say 3rd Scott, 4th TJ, 5th Gabe, 6th Dan.
Yeah, that's pretty much chalk as far as I'm concerned. I think my team's gonna win. I think we're gonna beat Pat's team in the finals, and then it's gonna be TJ, Kevin, Gabe, Dan.
Gabe, you're not here to defend yourself. Everyone's talking mad shit about you, saying you're going to get fifth. You're getting sixth, but
I can't wait for it to literally just be like.
I think
Hold on,
Gabe's
just
got.
Gabe and Dan
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
finals.
Dan finals.
Gabe Dan final.
I think
I'm
Gabe's
up
got a
for it.
pretty similar team to what I had the first year, where you have like people who are good, but no one who's like a able to take over, and then simultaneously not that athletic freak like I had last year, where you just don't need that.
freak.
Okay, so moving forward to this week, the near future. What are our matchups for this week?
Ooh, true.
Yeah,
Get into
it's
matchup
Does
territory.
anyone have the games pulled up?
Oh, I can pull it up.
We
I know
have
Dan and I are going, so
Scott versus Gabe at 8:00 field 2, I think. Dan versus TJ 8:00 the other field. Then me versus Pat 8:00 field 2. By the way, no one put lights or dark, so we kind of got to figure that
that's
out.
true. We should figure that out like right now.
I'm we can write it. We don't have to spend
That's
time
fine, that's
while
fine.
we're
That's
Dibs
recording.
on lights.
Am I playing you?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll take dark. But anyways, I mean Dan's obviously going down. That's just not even a question.
I think I beat TJ round day one.
Okay. How do you think the game's gonna go?
Yeah,
Final score?
Why?
And are you willing to bet on it?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Jan's gonna have 8 points.
8. Okay.
I think Jan's gonna have 8 points.
Okay.
And
Is 8 enough to beat us?
With 50 minutes, I feel like the game's gonna be higher scoring.
They're gonna be
It's definitely gonna be
super
higher
high
scoring. I'm thinking like 17-15 is gonna be a pretty common score,
Yeah.
like somewhere in there.
Right in that range. Well, that's kind of what it
match.
was last year.
Last year was like
I want to see.
It was like
13-12,
yeah, you're right, I
unless
guess you're
you were playing during the first couple of weeks.
I'm looking forward to watching, because I'm assuming this is how it's going to roll out, is the Zach Palmintera Roskonowski matchup.
Yeah, probably.
I look forward to watching that, because
Same.
I think Zach's the better player, but I think Boss wants to come out hot, just because that's the kind of guy he is.
Mhm.
So I think that's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah. I think Boss plays really smart, but he still doesn't quite know what to do a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's what I got with
Boss,
him.
he plays great defense. Once he gets the disc in his hands, though, it kind of gets a little dicey.
That's what I got with him playing last year. He was on our team, and it was exactly that. Like, he would make great defensive plays, and he's, like, athletic enough to make good plays, but he would, a lot of times, like, not do what you would want him to do, or he would make a good cut, but then just, like, stay there, or, like, you know, stuff like that. But, I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting game. I don't know. It's for week 1's really tough, because, like,
No one knows anything.
I have no
That's,
idea. My team
that's
could
the
literally
fun
go out
part
there
of
and
it.
all just flop and suck.
Every
think
team
that's
has a
really
winning record except for Dan, so nothing means anything.
You're the Dan that doesn't mean anything.
Woo!
I don't know. I think all right. So what are we betting, and what's the like?
I assume we just do beer as a standard
Sure,
unit of
okay.
bet.
Just a beer.
If you want to do something different, you're
That's
welcome to throw it up.
I want to start betting weird shit to eat. Yeah.
Hot
dude.
sauce?
Ooh,
I do hot sauce.
I don't have my collection anymore. I emptied a lot of my bottles.
I've got a pretty good one.
I got up to the bomb. I did the
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah, and as
You have
Kevin,
it?
No.
they tricked me, quote unquote, with the bomb wing, and that was not an issue. So bring it
The
on.
bomb sucked.
What is
It
it,
does
the
suck.
161 or the 400 one? Because there's a difference.
Yeah.
They both taste like shit.
No,
but
the-
That was
there's a
my main
difference.
issue.
It's
Like, it
battery
wasn't
acid.
crazy hot. It just tasted so
Well, that's the
bad.
whole point with it. It's just garbage. There's no.
No, there's a couple of them that get up there in Scoville that are
Well,
actually.
I know.
That's what I
but
was thinking. The
the
one
bomb-
that
before and
one
after the
specifically,
bomb was fine.
Right,
Yeah.
like Los Cali. Not Los
Yeah,
Cali.
well,
No,
that's
Los
like
Cali
mid-range.
is low, but,
The last dab tastes good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I'm so bitch when it comes to spice, so I was like a little bit dying, but yeah, it did taste good.
I didn't get to the last that way.
All right. a hot wing of your choosing that is no hotter than the dab.
What did I put on your beer
That's
bottle
like
that you didn't?
I know that's very hot.
Oh, Mad Dog?
Was that what I put on
Yeah.
your beer bottle?
Yeah. You got me good.
There's a
I
lot
told
of
you I
different
had it. Just
ones.
put it on your beer
I
bottle.
was like, I wiped
Are
hot
there-
sauce on your beer bottle, and I went,
Oh.
Are there different last stabs?
I told him.
Yeah.
I told him
They
that.
change it
Yeah.
every year.
yeah.
So which last
All right,
stab are you?
the standard one, the
standard
like
one?
not,
Like the
not
one that
the
they
Apollo.
made?
I think they're all relatively
No, the one
the
there
same
was the Apollo.
heat.
I know.
I think it's
Okay.
just like different peppers are used.
Yeah, honestly,
Right.
they're all around 2, right? 2 million.
Yeah, they're all
Something like that.
crazy hot. But yeah, a hot wing.
Okay,
That's okay.
so what do you think your final score will be?
So is that what the bet is? What the final
No,
score
the
is, or
bet
just
who's gonna win. I'm
win?
just
Okay,
asking
okay,
more
okay.
Do we
questions.
have a score cap? Are we ending at 15?
No.
No,
Time.
that's too low.
It's just
We have time, yeah.
I don't think it's too low, dude. I mean,
It's a really
No,
small field. That's the
15?
thing.
I feel like it should be a
There
My
is no
team,
time
my
cap.
team scored like 18 a couple times last
Mercy?
year.
Yeah,
There is
15
no time.
nothing?
There is no
I
time cap.
actually scored against your
Well,
team.
there's
at
no
least.
score cap. There's only time cap.
All right, Mike may be onto something. We
Does
can have
anyone
a
think
mercy.
Scott scored
Which would be
18 in a
different.
game last year?
Against you for sure.
No way.
That might be true.
I think the first 3 teams scored 18 against you.
Indoor was really way high scoring than you think it was. Like
And
I don't think
the
it got
closest
up
we came
that
after that, I
high.
think, was 16, but we still got over 15 at least 3 or 4 times.
I remember one of the close.
I'm
games
not
we
gonna
had
lie.
with you was,
Every
like,
year, the first
15.
game I play, if I'm beating the other team by a lot, I actually like stop trying to score.
That is true. Yeah. Well,
I
at least
actually
just,
ran
like,
that idea
really
by my
chill.
team, and they were like, "No, we're putting our boot on their throat." I was like, "All right,
Like,
Secure
fine. I'll
mentality,
just walk down. You can do whatever."
Like both years, the first game, if I was winning, I was winning by 2, and there's like 5 minutes left. I was just kind of swinging the disc.
Yeah.
There'd be someone open in the end zone. I'd outflook it, and I just swing it.
yeah.
Yep.
So
I
you think you're gonna win?
score is
Gotta
going to
bet on
be. See, again, first week's hard because I don't know just how high scoring it will be, but I think first week will be lower scoring than I could do, but still high as a stand. So I'm gonna go.
I can't wait for week 2's podcast.
Yeah, that's
when
so
I
true.
come
I'm
in
sitting
with
here-
the fattest fucking dub.
We just-
One spot.
Pure shame.
This is
No.
a preseason podcast.
Yeah, true. Week 1. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna say. Final score is 16-8.
Damn, Jan's the only one scoring?
Wait, you're not gonna go into the end zone.
That's true. That's not my rule.
Yeah, your drones are for this.
I thought they were minions.
Oh,
Are they
okay.
both?
What do you think the final score is gonna be?
Final score? I don't think it'll be a blowout either way. I think it'll be like probably a 3-point game. I think it'll probably be like 15-12 or something around there.
Very cool. The other matchup that you and Pat and then me gave, so 2 people aren't here. Let's do me next.
Narcissist. I mean, that's the point of preseason, right?
Yeah.
So I think my team's gonna win. Big shock.
You're playing Gabe?
Playing Gabe.
I agree.
I think so too.
I think
It'll be very close, I think, though.
I think my team will need some time to gel. I think we might squeak by with this one. I think I really think conditioning is just going to be a factor in this game. I think Tim Marsick's going to catch like 3 or 4 over Angel in the first 5 minutes and then not going to do anything for the last 15 of the game. Because, it's just in a 50-minute game where you're playing relatively low-level Frisbee, being able to run for an hour is pretty important. Yeah. I think that a couple players on Gabe's team will have issues with that, potentially.
Maybe.
I don't know them that well, but I could definitely see Anthony, Sam, Tim, and maybe Becca. I don't know Becca.
Anthony definitely won't have that issue. He's, like, very good. I'd be willing to go on record and say that he'll be top 5 player of this entire
Really? Okay.
Player
like,
how?
score. Top 5
Scorer?
scorer of the entire thing.
You don't think he will ever play less defense than you would like in the second half of games?
Not really. All right. Only if their team is just like really losing. He doesn't care.
Okay.
I think if he has like any sort of interest in the outcome of the game, he'll go.
Because my hot takes on him are based on basically nothing.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I was thinking about drafting him.
Yeah.
But Gabe got him. So.
Okay, so I think final score is going to be pretty high. I'm looking at like 17-15 Scott's team. Does anyone want to take the Gabe's team position on this one?
I mean, that's a.
This is the matchup that I think I'm most interested in.
I'm
But I have
excited
no
to watch
idea.
both of you guys' matchups while I wait for my game.
I just don't see Gabe's team pulling away with it.
Because in my mind, I'm looking at myself guarding either Gabe or maybe Anthony, Dustin guarding Elliot, and then Ryan, Mike, or Matt guarding whoever's left.
Why wouldn't you guard Elliot? The way you phrased it earlier, you said like he doesn't really take an initiative.
I probably will sometimes, but a majority of the time I'll guard Gabe just because my arms are really long and that'll make it hard for him to throw the disc.
I would think that Dustin would guard Gabe because they have like somewhat of history playing with each other a bit.
That's true.
Yeah,
Dustin
but-
will want to guard Gabe, that's for sure.
Okay. I mean, I'll let them do whatever. I'm not gonna like choose positions or choose who's guarding who. So no one wants to make the argument for Gabe's team.
I don't see
I'm
it.
right on the
Just
fence.
universal
I really
fuck
can't.
Gabe's team.
I'm right on the fence of it because I kind of want to.
Yeah, I
but
do think
I-
that it's not going to be that high scoring. I think that
Yeah, I
it's going to take
definitely
the first game is definitely going to take some use to like getting to know the field and everything.
That's fair.
I think it's going to be like a 10-7 game.
Yeah, everyone's like 18, 20 points. No one's scoring that much.
That's a good point. I do think that the walls are going to be more of a factor than everyone else does, which I've been like jerking off for the last 2 months.
yeah, I mean it's
The walls are going to suck.
We should talk about rules for walls.
Walls out of bounds.
Yeah, so it'll be.
Yeah.
Can you run up a wall like
You're out
a
of bounds.
guy in the outfield? Okay. If
You're
I
out of
if
bounds.
I touch a wall while I'm catching it, like even incidentally, like a brushing my elbow.
so. In what way does the disc do it at all? In
The disc it doesn't touch. My
Oh,
elbow
you're-
brushes the wall.
You're saying
like
you're
I catch it while I'm running into the wall because it was
that's
close.
no,
you
that's-
catch it
that's
in
fine.
As
you
long
catch
as
it
you're-
inbound. If the disc is inbounds,
Okay.
then like
No, I think that should be out because if you're like,
As
let's
long
say
as
you're
you
jumping
catch
into
it
the
before you
wall.
hit the wall.
Yeah.
Wait,
What
and-
if it's like
I'd
pretty
say-
simultaneous?
I'd say if you're not using the
There's
wall for
always
a balance
there will
aspect.
always probably be one before the other.
basically think of it as if it's reasonable that your feet would have touched the ground had there not been a wall there, then you're good.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, if you're using the wall for
So
any
nothing's
balance,
getting called
balance
unless you're
aspect.
jumping up the wall.
Yeah.
basically.
Right. Or you're bouncing it off the wall.
Yeah, no, that's
None of
BS.
that.
That makes sense.
I think that if you're jumping and you hit the wall, then you would technically just be out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it depends on how though. Because think about bidding for something that's
Or throwing
obviously
a
Yeah,
great,
you
or
could tap the
greatest.
toe.
yeah, like greatest
Yeah.
that type of thing. Like you can theoretically still.
Yeah,
do
no,
that.
you
It's
can,
just-
but in this case, like,
I think that as long as you aren't objectively trying to run up the wall or the disc doesn't hit the wall, I think you're probably fine.
so let's say you full on just jump.
I've played in
catching
like
the
an
disc.
arena with the wall before. It doesn't really come into the play that much.
yeah, I
It
think
shouldn't.
it's not.
I wouldn't think it
You-
does. The
you-
field's not as small as we think it is,
You're
but
thinking
People are gonna be
too much about the wall. Like
Right.
Dan and I have both played in arenas. The wall doesn't come into that play. that
Okay.
much.
People are gonna be too scared of
Hitting the wall.
throwing
That's
at the
true.
wall, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna be that close.
all right, no making the argument for Gabe's team. There's
I'm
all
right
final
on the fence,
four.
but I think you're gonna win.
Okay.
So,
Kevin and Pat. I got Pat.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I got
arguing against Kevin. Make your case, Kevin.
Well, you got team split with mine versus Pat's team. I think it's going to be a 1-point game.
1 point.
I think it'll for
Wow.
sure be close.
It's gonna be close for sure.
It's going to be. I definitely think it's going to be. It's the hardest matchup of the
week.
the week.
I think Pat takes it.
I think it's going to be a 1-point game. I want to say I'm going to win, but I really don't know at this point.
Okay.
I look
People
at
start.
it as if Alex wants to get aggressive enough, I think they pull away with it.
I think Alex takes his foot off the gas a lot in pickup. I think
he won't.
he won't
here,
in
yeah.
indoor.
Agreed.
I think they have such a end zone presence with him and James.
Yeah.
And I don't really see an answer on your team.
I
Or at
see.
least for round one.
Marsik's tall.
See,
Well,
I
yeah.
don't see,
Kevin can get the read.
I don't see James.
Johnny's could.
Everyone
do some
keeps saying
stuff.
James is going to be like the big end zone player. I don't see him as the big end zone player.
I think
I thought that Dennis would be the big end zone. Dennis and
Dennis
James,
short?
I think
Is Dennis short?
people
Not
are
really.
overrating James.
He's like
5'8", 5'10".
I'd give him like your height basically.
Oh, he's my height.
Yeah, he might be
Oh,
a little
wow.
bit shorter.
Okay.
I think you have to put someone
tall on James.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. But
And I think that opens avenues elsewhere for Pat's team.
How tall is James? Like 6'5"?
James is very tall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he's
6'6"?
like
6'5", 6'6".
somewhere in that. Yeah.
Matt Ferris like 6'4". I like that matchup.
Matt Ferris
Oh, I
is
love the
6'4".
James versus Matt matchup.
Yes.
Matt Ferris is like
my
6'2",
one of
6'3".
the, like
No,
I
he's like
I
6'4".
personally
No, he's
think
not.
everyone
Okay.
here is like
I think
everyone's overrating James.
I don't know him that well.
I don't think
I don't
James
know.
is a great player. I just think that, like, unless you put your
He's a lieutenant.
skyscraper
captain.
on your team,
might be lieutenant.
who's
I don't
on
know.
Kev's team?
I'm not sure.
Matt, Johnny could do it.
Well, yeah. The thing with James is that he's not like he's not like a fantastic player, but he's A, so tall, and B,
It's
good enough
It's
to read
a-
and catch the disc.
it's just
that,
a constant threat.
that it's exactly. You don't really have to be good. to
I think over the course of a game, he'll catch a lot where it's not even like he really had to jump or run for it. It's just, he threw it 3 inches higher than the person could grab without, like, readying himself to jump.
I think you have to have an athletic play to
Yeah.
beat him out. In
I
which
think he's going to have
which-
a lot of
which I
catches where
think
he's
you
just
have-
kind of jogging and doing this.
you definitely have players capable of that. I think Matt Marsick and Johnny can definitely do that. It's just like
over the course of
they
the
have
game.
they have to fully dedicate themselves to that mark.
Yeah, I
Like you can't give them that space because you always have to be ready to go for a jump ball.
think game one I'm coming on top because my team is more well rounded to start off than Pat's.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I'll be honest. I don't see anyone on Pat's team who's like a liability on defense, and that's the perspective I look at it from.
I do.
Daniel Baumgartner,
No.
Matt Chinook,
Wait, what did you say that he's a what?
who would be a liability on defense.
I
Not,
think-
not from a perspective of could guard anyone on the field, but from a perspective of I think everyone on their team can play 50 good minutes.
So my hot take is I've had Matt Chinook and James both mark up on me. They are
On you.
Yeah, they are afraid of me deep. They are afraid
Kevin,
of me deep.
on
and
you.
they literally out.
Kevin, on you.
Yeah, but still.
That's not a good
Yeah.
metric.
Kevin,
Okay.
on you.
I know what Kevin's getting.
on you. Understand what I'm
I
getting
know what
at.
Kevin's getting at though.
Like
And he's not
they
wrong.
don't play to their strengths as well as everyone thinks they do.
He's not wrong about that.
Okay.
I think that Matt specifically can be.
Matt's just gonna let his guy go under every single time.
Well, I think he'd be taught
That's one of the things.
pretty easily actually, like on the
Yeah.
fly. He might not like.
I
retain
picked
it
Matt,
that often,
and then it
but-
turns out we had the order fucked up, and I had to unpick Matt.
Yeah. Well, that was mostly on Dan because he was just going out there first round every time, just
Hey, man.
cheating immediately.
Yeah. Get on your game.
It's like we don't even know who's second yet, Dan.
Figure that shit out. I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be really close. I
I think it's gonna be a close.
I'm gonna
game.
give it to
think
Kevin, I
I'm
think,
coming
because
off
of-
on top
just because of that.
well around.
Okay.
He's got a little bit more knowledge on his team to where they might be able to just kick it into gear faster than Pat's team.
I think we out-scheme Pat.
Out-scheme?
Out-scheme.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fair. I can see that. I'm still going with
I-
Pat.
yeah.
Final score 13-12. Low scoring game.
Yeah, something like that
Yeah.
for sure.
I think this is gonna be my favorite game to watch.
Well, it's
Yeah,
going to be
this
the other
is-
one
this
you
is
can't
game,
watch.
This is
yeah,
the second
game
round, right?
3, right?
Yeah,
You know, I changed my. I think Kev's gonna win.
Okay.
I like Matt Marsick a lot.
Ooh, wait,
I
so
think,
hold on. Is
I
Scott
think
the-
Matt's gonna pop off.
Is Scott the only pet staying right now?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, maybe.
I think Matt Marsick is
We're just all flip-flopping?
awesome.
All right, I think Patrick's going.
But he spent a lot of the last 6 to 8 months driving to and from Southern Ohio and
Yeah.
eating fast food.
Who?
Matt Marsick.
Okay.
Because he's closing down a nuclear plant in Southern Ohio, but he's been spending a lot of time on the road, not eating healthy, not able to exercise or move around as much as he would normally.
Yep.
I think that will be a factor, at least in the first game.
We'll see. All right, so there's 3 total matchups. Ours, majority thinks me. Scott versus Gabe.
Everybody
Everybody
thinks
thinks Scott. And then this is a total toss-up, but mostly towards Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
All right.
Very cool. Is there anything else you had on your topic sheet?
I mean, I lost the sheet.
Oh, shit.
Sounds normal.
You've been free balling?
Who do we think the top performer in the entire league at the end of the season is going to be?
Ooh.
That's all right.
Define
Captain's,
Kevin's team wins.
Captain's
from Johnny,
well-
100%.
captain's excluded.
Define performance, just overall stats, or like person with most scores, most
Yeah,
assists?
scores, assists, what?
Most
he
valuable
was-
player, like most
Rel-
important
alright, so
player
what-
to their team.
In order to talk about it better, let's keep it at quantitative, so stats, rather than like.
I think the others are the same either way, and I think it's Elliott.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think without Elliott, his team is not
Good
what
at all.
it should be.
Sure.
And because of that, Elliott's going to have a lot of points and a lot of assists.
I think Gabe's going to rely on Elliott so much that his stats are going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
Gabe's are or Elliott's are?
Elliott.
Elliott's, because
Gabe's
Gabe's
going to
gonna
be
have to.
relying on him
Right. He's
so
gonna
much.
have to go to him.
Okay.
Josh. I think Josh is going to be a beast.
See, and that's kind of the same thing with like the Johnny argument, where I feel like Josh is already pretty good.
Josh,
I don't know if it's like.
Josh needs some
I guess
teaching.
that's the same with Elliott though too.
Josh needs a forehand.
And guess what? He's got the fire.
He's buying a disc.
He's buying this.
I told him, don't buy it. We have so many extras
Yeah,
laying around. I will give you a disc.
Tell him to buy a whammo.
You absolute ape.
I can give him
like,
The dude spending like $5,000 on gym equipment. He can spend $1,250 on a disc.
but he doesn't need to.
Okay,
The
fair
funniest
enough.
part is that gym equipment still isn't up yet. Just sitting-
Really?
It's just sitting in my garage.
Put it up.
What are you doing this Saturday?
He started putting some of it up.
What are you doing this Saturday?
This Saturday?
We're putting the rest of your fucking gym equipment up. It's not that hard. I'm gonna come help you.
I mean, it's not my equipment. It's just in my garage.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, call Josh. Tell him Saturday.
I mean, I'm fine with going over there and having a couple beers and setting up some gym equipment, but like,
Josh's gym needs to open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a membership.
It's true. What's a membership? A beer a month?
No, just telling him, hey, I want to use your gym.
Hey, I'm coming over.
yeah, he's basically volunteering at this point.
Yeah, he's like, come work out at my gym.
Josh gets lonely in the gym, man. What can I say?
That's fair. Need to grow his body.
Oh yeah. Anyone ever wants stuff to my gym, they're welcome to. Just kind of out of the way.
Scott's gym.
For that exact same reason, my gym is much more cost effective than Josh's gym. Let's just say that.
Yeah, so it sucks.
I have a lot of the same stuff. I just opted
worse.
not to buy the
So,
top of the line
Not
version.
good.
It's not as
Suck
good
it,
if
Jim.
you care about the Rogue
Let's just
logo
put
on
it this
everything.
way: this podcast is not sponsored by Scott's gym.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay the money to sponsor it because it's cheaper.
Josh is
Yes,
fronting
it's
it.
cheaper.
Man. Let me tell you, Josh gave me a disc's worth of cash to shout this out.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Okay.
$12.99.
That about wraps it up, huh?
Probably.
I would say so.
Talked about just about everything we should.
What's
at
the
least.
nasty way we ended this podcast?
Like the dog in.
Like still hasn't gotten his ukulele.
Well, if anyone ever feels creative, we need a theme song.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need an intro. We need an outro.
This is the pilot.
Oh,
episode.
dude, I'll
Like,
make
that's
shitty.
something
I'll make
for
shitty
real.
music for you guys any day.
Do we play Deep Throat
Oh,
by
you got your-
Cupcake?
You got your garage band
Definitely
going?
get copyright.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm
Not that
because
this
my
would
thing is,
be
it's
huge,
pretty
but-
easy to make like 10 decent seconds of music. The hard thing is making a whole song of decent music.
Yeah, we only need
Yeah,
like
we
Like
only
10
need,
seconds.
15.
I could do that.
So,
Well,
I
most
mean,
like radio shows just like literally altered generic songs just with like the actual audio so they don't get copyright.
Sometimes, yeah.
There's also entire websites full of royalty-free music you could just steal from.
Yeah, I want,
Play
I
the
want
Joe
something
Mez
original,
music.
bro.
Yeah. The 2020 Joe Mez theme song, the superior version.
Yes, absolutely.
Not the King is actually some like pretty fucking good like copyright free music. I think the dude just lets anyone use.
Oh,
Yes.
anyway, in other news, the AUDL released their Kickstarter today for their video game.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it only needs like
I
$350,000 more dollars.
That's,
I would never talk shit
We'll
about the AUDL. It feels like it's pretty poorly run, and that's a really bad idea.
I mean, yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah, not like that money could go to funding the league for betterment of like streaming or
You know,
sponsorship.
the only thing about fun if it's made well.
I guess.
Marketing.
I guess if
having
the idea is to
the
grow the
game.
sport, having a video game would help. But I feel like that's step like 15.
Is it made by EA? Please God no.
I hope not. You have to buy the ability. To
It looked like the cover was an EA cover.
Who's on the cover?
Marquez Brownlee.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Who
that
is
makes
not
sense.
gonna be
The
on the
cover
cover?
athlete. What do you
Duh.
mean?
Who are they using to sell it? Marquez Brownlee.
So that frisbee player.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I guess.
Kevin, are you in the game?
You should imagine so.
They should
He's in
put
the
Brody
AUDL.
Yeah, he would be actually. Oh, that's so cool.
Would they do whole rosters? Because there are like 32 teams with 27 rosters is a lot of players for like a low budget game.
Yeah, they'd probably do it.
I feel like they would be more likely to do like
I mean,
a
considering
couple
like,
top players from each team and just like generic replacement level players.
so like when they were doing like the NCAA video games,
I
they
wanna-
went all the way to like
Kevin
freshman.
might not have like a face. It might just be blurred.
Kevin's got a me face.
You can create your own
Yeah,
players.
no, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like,
Yeah,
if
that's
there's a character custom option, then you can.
Oh, dude, I'm throwing together the neighborhood.
Where are you at in this?
Well,
Yeah, how do you
Yeah.
guys think that went?
I think we're still recording.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
for
definitely
sure.
still,
Yeah, no,
we're still live.
This
Yeah,
is
we were-
all right. Welcome to MILF
Yeah,
Mondays
behind the
After
scenes,
Dark.
yeah, behind, Talks MILF or
We're
whatever.
gonna try to make him
Yeah,
2
you only
hours
get this
each,
if
so we
you
got
subscribe to
15
our
more minutes.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to make it 2 hours. 2 hours each, so we have to bullshit for another 15 minutes.
15.
Oh,
That's
that's
easy.
fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's easy.
All right, let me take a piss.
Yeah.
I've never
I'll chug another beer.
I've never
Okay.
played League in my life, but I watched that arcade show yesterday. It was pretty fucking
It's
good.
so good,
They were
right?
talking about.
We
We
were
were
just
talking
talking
about
about
that
it
in
on
the
the
car yesterday on the
Yeah.
way back from Elliot's.
It's so good. How far did you get?
I watched all 6 episodes.
Oh, you did?
yesterday.
Shit. I only saw 3 in that.
Now I
last
guess I
night.
gotta
Yeah,
watch
I
it
watched
tonight.
4. But
The real question is, are you guys invested in the Fortnite X Naruto crossover?
what the
What?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh my
thing?
God.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
like
is.
Naruto and Fortnite?
Yeah, Naruto
Or-
and
okay,
Fortnite.
okay. That's still
Fortnite
sucks.
Naruto would be way
That's
better.
that would be horrible. Oh my god, it's the worst thing ever.
You're just throwing shurikens at people.
Fortnite sucks.
Fireball shoots.
I remember
Is it
watched
a
like
Fortnite?
half an episode of Naruto.
Fortnite.
There's one where he duplicates himself like 12 times and then eats like drinks like expired milk and then has to use the bathroom. And except for all 12 copies have to use the bathroom at the same time.
There's a
It's
good,
like the second episode.
there's a good chance that if you just watch one of Naruto, you saw filler because it is the highest like
There's
percentage
so
of filler
much filler.
of any
Yeah.
anime ever. It's
What
outrageous.
about One Piece?
No,
One Piece also does it.
percentage. It has a ton because it's like 1,000.
I was about to say, it's got like
But-
literally the most amount of
But
episodes.
percentage-wise, Naruto I think still has filler above, which is insane.
I've watched a couple episodes of One Piece. I really felt like they're trying to spend as little on animation and still have like the story take place as possible
For One Piece,
for One Piece.
you probably started early then. They're
It was
way-
like
When you watch One Piece,
120 or something.
That's
when you watch One Piece is all about how big Nami boobs get towards the end.
I've
They
only
get
seen,
bigger.
They get bigger.
I've only seen like 2 or 3.
Is there like a justification for it, or is it just coming under the table?
It's just kind of an under the table
Yeah.
thing. It just
Oh,
like
they know what their audience
It's
wants.
just-
Yeah, oh yeah.
The justification is Japanese anime.
Yeah, the justification of Japanese anime is just it's just under the table. Just every episode, just slightly, just continuously gets bigger.
It's hilarious.
So have you seen all the episodes?
No, God, no. I've literally seen like 2 or 3 of One Piece.
Oh, okay.
My roommate Joe though, has seen every single episode.
700 something.
Are there 1,000 yet? I feel
No,
like
they are.
They're-
They're
the
pretty close to
mangas,
1,000.
like
Oh, I
the
thought
mangas, well over
far,
1,000.
very, very far.
But the actual anime, I don't know. They might be close to.
okay.
I'm just at 700. Well, there.
Nerd.
Nice.
By nerd, I mean you haven't finished them all yet.
Dragon Ball better.
Facts.
Never watched Dragon Ball either.
Shame.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kai, just Dragon Ball.
You're getting progressively worse.
Yeah, that's right.
I know.
Ball's best.
I
Ball
see
is definitely the best.
Ball's best.
Yeah.
He's second best. What I've heard, Super's third, but I haven't seen Super at all.
What about GT?
You chugging?
It's someone else.
No, you said you're going to chug a
said
beer.
you're going to, so I was gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Better shotgun that bad boy.
No,
Man, you
dude,
wanna
I,
get me on the
I'm
back?
going
I'll
home
finish,
after
the,
this.
I'll finish the rest of whatever's in here.
Is it empty?
Not quite.
Can we,
It's definitely not empty.
do you
I'll
have to
give
sign off and everybody chug a beer at the end of it?
Well, I was gonna say we should.
That
I was
would be
gonna say we
pretty
should
cool in the
start.
future. I'll drink less whiskey next time.
I was thinking that we should start it with a good just
Start with the
everybody
chug?
cracks one.
Oh,
Maybe
just
not chug.
Right next.
Well, yeah, you start right there, and then
Oh,
yeah,
we
a
got
little bit of
our
silence
opener.
and everyone chugging, and then you go.
That's a good opener.
It was
That's
How do
pretty
we-
solid.
Now,
But
now
we
we
all
gotta
have
figure out
one.
our closer. What's our closer gonna be?
That's a good point.
The same thing, but in reverse. Get me.
You're gonna be so drunk and by the time it's over.
We get a soundbite of me peeing in the toilet.
Or the piss hole.
Yeah.
Oh god, not the piss hole.
If anyone pees in the piss hole, I'm kicking you out.
Mike,
Thank you for finally asserting yourself.
You
in
cannot call
regards
it.
to the piss
You
hole.
cannot call it the
The
piss
piss
hole
hole,
and then tell me not to be in it.
Yeah, good point.
Call
For
it what it
anyone
is.
who's not listening, who hasn't been to Mike Long's house before, the piss hole is the sump pump. Dan
Okay.
wants to pee into the sump pump.
That's rough.
Because he does not. He is too lazy to walk upstairs and go to the bathroom.
It's a hole filled with water. I'm not peeing in it.
Naturally.
So
will
dude,
be
so
banned
hold on,
your
hold on.
whole life.
I
I
have a
don't think
question.
it's as big of a deal as I thought it was originally. It's also pretty fucking degenerate.
All right. Anyway, I have a question. So you said it's a hole filled with water. It makes you want to pee in it.
Yeah.
So when it rains, if there's a hole, does that make you want to pee in it?
I mean, if I gotta pee really
Have
bad,
you ever like filled a
Sometimes
pot
when it
with
rains,
water
it
to like
makes me
scrub it out?
And then wanted to pee in
And
it.
then like shit, I need to be in
I've
there.
never really had to pee that bad, you know? Or
Okay.
I've had a bathroom on the same floor.
But
Have you ever peed in a sink?
Yes.
Where?
Where? I think I did in high school.
was it at your own house?
At the high school?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Do you know which bathroom it was?
The one by the small gym.
I can see that. Though.
Okay.
It's like all the urinals are taken.
I remember
Like,
about
it's
this.
not
Oh, I
open
do.
and-
Why?
Oh, more route change for indoor.
So,
Oh, you didn't do indoor.
My
track.
question is why?
What? Why pee in a sink?
Church or dominance.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's
Challenge.
just kind of like
Plus,
I'm
you
here.
get the for the rest of your life. You get to know
I peed in that
people
sink.
wash their hands where I pee.
Yeah.
And you will be able to hold that over anyone
All
who
these
uses that
grimy
sink
high
for the rest of
schoolers.
time.
Poll. Do you pee in the shower? A, regularly. Have you done it at all? And what's your opinion on it?
Yes, I've done it. Not super regularly.
It's
Like-
probably 1 in 5
like-
times.
You know, I get in the shower and it's like, fuck, I had to pee. It's going down the drain. What does it fucking matter? It
Right.
doesn't mean anything.
I was brought up as you don't pee in the shower.
Right?
I
Okay.
was too,
In
but
the
I
shower.
switched partway through.
It's also not my shower. I feel bad pissing in my mom's shower.
That's kind of fair.
Yeah, but you're like soaping it up anyway. You're
It's
walking.
Mike?
It's a stand-up
No,
shower.
you do not pee in the shower.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so
Do you
big.
Mike's the only
Do
one
you
taking
wash
the
yourself?
I
Yeah.
literally
So the
Sharing
soap
a-
comes
a
down.
What about the aftermath?
I have never
Before
peed in the
Well,
shower,
that's on you then.
You haven't, okay.
and I've grown up with your. I was not allowed to pee in the shower. You were
I
not allowed to pee
have.
in the shower.
But not, it's not regularly. And I don't care. Like, I'm in the same opinion where, like, as long as you do it before you do the soap things, then you're good.
I don't even care about the
But if
soap,
you just
honestly.
are, like, if you're done showering and then you pee, it's like, what are you doing?
Okay, let me put it this way. I've never peed in a dry shower.
Well,
you know, like
yeah,
I don't walk into the bathroom and I'm like, toilet's there, but you know what? I'm gonna piss in the shower. Like that's never happened.
It is a hole with water, though, so maybe.
Only
are you guys-
while I shower.
Are you guys peeing on yourselves? Why does
No.
soap matter?
Well, no, but, like,
But-
just because
no,
you're,
they're-
like,
You're not like, I don't
clean.
need to like wash off my thighs
No, I
after.
know.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
they're
it's
sa-
clean.
They're
Like,
saying like you pee on the porcelain, right?
I guess.
And
yeah.
so then the soap rains off your body onto the porcelain and goes down the drain, washing the
But
pee.
pee's
And that's-
already sterile,
well, that's
so
what-
like as
that's
long
my
as it
argument
makes its
about-
way
No,
down.
listen, I don't give a shit.
Same.
Like it doesn't matter that you
Same.
pee in a shower.
But the argument against people who are like, absolutely not, like Mike, is it might actually be cleaner than a toilet.
Because
You're
my
literally washing it.
Because my thing is, if I have to pee before I shower, I'll just use the toilet. If I have
Yeah.
to pee while I'm in the shower,
You just pee in the shower.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going
the
to
thing.
do it
I
regardless
almost
of
never
where I
do.
am in the
I
cycle.
hold it until I get out, and then I pee in the
See,
toilet.
that's the thing. I almost never do, but if there's where you're like, oh, I don't think I need to pee,
You ever
and then
peed
you
in a
get in the
pool?
shower. It probably as like a child, but I haven't consciously.
That's the thing that blew my mind. Is I learned relatively recently, a shit ton of people pee in the pollution. That's fucking degenerate.
That's gross. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
terrible.
I
Should
pee
not.
in pools.
All right.
That's horrible. No.
Gabe,
The only
Hold on.
the only pool I've never peed in is Matt Marsick's.
have you put Pete and Garrett's?
Yes.
Good and Ryan's.
Oh my fucking god!
And Ryan's?
Walsh's.
The one time you went there this summer.
I don't think I did, but it wasn't. It was because I didn't have to pee. Like if I did, I would have.
Oh my god!
You
Worst.
degenerate.
So
That one is.
I follow the
dirty.
question.
That one's just
How-
bad.
That's
Like,
really
do
bad.
not
How
do
on
that.
earth?
Are you gonna go to something?
What's the argument here? Like, let me
What do you
just
mean?
pee so everyone can walk around in it.
You know how potent chlorine is? Like
Sure, but like.
Sure, it just neutralizes it and then nothing's there. Sure, I got a COVID shot, but like,
You don't pee
I
in pools.
Yeah, I don't know. There's.
I
no
got a
under-
COVID shot. I'm so let anyone like spit in my mouth. Like,
Yeah,
there's
right,
there's like a very clear line of what is and isn't
are
acceptable.
you drinking pool water?
not like
Not on
specifically, but
purpose.
you
If
go
you go
underwater.
under-
Yeah,
Like, it ends
Yeah.
up in your mouth and your nose for sure.
Okay. So you're
And you're-
virtually
You're just
telling
trying to
me
be R. Kelly. That's literally like the extent of this. You're trying to be R. Kelly.
you're telling me you don't believe in the fucking the water cycle then? Like
What-
chlorine
what?
does just as good of job as evaporation, condensation, precipitation. Like you,
incredible, but
Yeah, hard to disagree.
it's
Because the piss is still in there. Like,
Yeah.
when it evaporates, just the water evaporates.
Right.
The piss stuff stays behind.
so you're telling me there's no chemical stuff going on that really? Because pee's just water, dude.
Pee's sterile to begin with, so why shouldn't I be able to pee on you?
You can if you want. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Oh,
Well,
man,
hey,
that's-
That is on recording.
That is on
All
recording.
right.
And Dan likes golden showers.
Because the
I've
issue,
never been pissed on, but if Scott wants to whip out his dick
because
and
the
pee on
issue,
me,
the issue isn't the germs. The issue is like
Like long do you
the
have to pee?
pee.
Oh, I've been.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
Dan-
act of peeing
Dan,
rather
though,
than
Dan
the
said you
actual
could pee on
urine.
I did not say Mike Long
I
could
also
pee on
don't
me.
want to piss on my couch.
I said Scott could pee on me.
Hey, that was a
Alright.
good
I don't
call
think that
agreeing
was
to with me because
the
I
wording.
probably
Yeah.
would never do
Yeah.
it.
You said it. You said.
I mean, we
If
can
you
just go
wanna pee
back
on
and
me,
record. It's already on recording.
Pee on
Who was I talking to?
Yeah,
I got messed
the
up.
podcast.
Yeah, you
no,
just-
I
you
shook
just-
Scott's
Nope.
hand.
You didn't.
you let.
Yeah,
all-
after you
so-
shook
No,
Scott.
I don't
all
know.
the MILFers can pee on you. Is what you.
Maybe.
You guys are
That's
reaching.
not what he said, but I'm on board for that.
Yeah, no, this is how we get people to fucking listen to this.
If you listen, you can pee on
The-
Dan.
The last
title of this
15
It's,
minutes.
The title
Oh,
is
that's
Pee
the
on
title.
Dan.
If you listen, you can pee on Dan.
Anyone like you're gonna be so dumb on Thursday.
So many
I'm
people
gonna
are
come
gonna
in
piss on you, dude.
smelling like piss. I'm gonna be used in the parking lot, man.
Oh man.
Where were we going beforehand?
Oh,
Not
yeah,
Mark's
yeah.
place.
No, yeah.
I'm thinking.
Mark Smith?
No,
Yeah,
that's
Mark's
that was
Place.
Stowe
The only way
Tavern
we do
place.
Mark's place is if Gabe actually is willing to
Drive all
drive
this.
all of us. In which case, sure.
Yeah,
But-
sure.
But I say maybe first week we go to Stowe's Tavern.
Okay.
See what that place is like. Go
I said
there, and if
first
Gabe
week,
wants to
since
drive, we end
plan
up
on
just
getting
going to
the
Mark's.
field a bit
Yeah.
earlier.
I took Friday off this week because I just had like extra days off I need to use before.
Bro, you
the-
trying
I
to
am
hit
too for that exact reason.
You trying
and
to
my friends are
You
coming.
guys trying to hit a course?
Actually, if it's in the actual day,
Friday,
yeah.
I would, yeah.
I have friends that are coming in, but like
I'll
as
get
long
off.
as it's
I
by,
get off
like,
at 3, so I mean.
I'd be down.
But yeah, so
Mike, you haven't gotten to throw on your new disc yet, have you?
No.
We should try and get out.
That's your
No,
mind.
I'm down to do Friday. If we're going around like once you get around like 3 or so, then yeah, I can totally do that.
Sweet.
how close to 2 hours are we, Mike?
I would say we're probably over.
TJ wants to bounce.
I
man.
don't. I
I'm
really
looking
don't.
at him. He's getting skittish.
Real 5 minutes.
Like I'm
5
gonna give you all
minutes,
a
so
1 minute
damn.
warning.
I'm not.
Or around the 1 minute.
What
we're gonna
else?
Start closing shut up.
So Stowe Tavern sound like a good spot.
Stowe Tavern.
Check that place out.
Why does the podcast want to hear about this, Kevin? They don't.
Fair.
You want to get peed on?
No, let's get peed on around here.
Absolutely not.
I'm out.
Dennis, I'm sorry. Well, I'll make sure Chase doesn't listen to podcast. Wait, Chase is
Chase
Dennis.
knows all these words.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
Dennis does not want to sit here and be like, my son's captain is getting pissed on in the parking lot. Think about it.
I don't know what Dennis expected.
You know what? Is that a real possibility depending on our behaviors during the games? Then
Me getting
Dennis
pissed on or what?
No, then Dennis is just like, yeah, I'm taking my son.
No, that is not.
Hey, someone said this
Only
is,
if we're
this
like
is MILF
straight
Mondays after dark, right?
We're not.
No,
What?
yeah, no.
Someone said this was after dark on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already.
All right. Well, Chase is banned. It's that
I
simple.
think
Good point. Yeah. 18
no
plus.
garaging practice on the premises, and we'll probably be fine.
If anyone's curious about a garage,
You gotta come to Stowe Tavern beforehand.
and hit my Patreon.
OnlyFans.
Dan's OnlyFans only is garaging.
I gotta get it out there. that's
Put
gotta
the
be
link in
the
the description.
Lad Bible is a bunch of chumps because they didn't explain garaging to the world.
They're not true lads.
Maybe I'll be a visionary,
All right, I got a question.
a prophet.
Go for it.
Your entire team's season in one word.
Ooh.
Fuck
That's not a lot of
story.
words.
What?
Fuck story for sure.
Fuck story. Okay.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Consistent. Okay. I love posing questions that I don't have an answer to.
Electric.
Ooh.
Bugaloo.
Okay. I'm going with.
No, I take mine back. Minions.
I think I gotta go with like
What about drones?
Nah. I like minions better.
fun. I'm going fun.
Fun.
That's the plan. I know, lame, but that's the plan.
Like along with your team, what do you think?
You're trying to enjoy
Exactly.
it all weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah, look, that was the most Nickelodeon slime award I've ever heard.
Exactly.
Oh, you're gonna be the MVP of this league, huh?
Huh?
The Nickelodeon Valley
Oh,
player.
MVP. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Send out the slime.
Do I get
You
one of
and,
those?
Mitch, you and Mitch Trubisky.
Do I get one of those blimps?
I think Pat said he's gonna be free the next couple
Yeah.
Mondays, so
Yeah.
we'll have does anyone know when Gabe's volleyball shit ends?
No idea.
I think it's just
It
like
feels weird to have sand volleyball in
it's
like
It's,
November.
not. It's indoor.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
indoor.
So I
Okay.
think it's just like indefinite.
Oh.
But it is just pickup, so he might. We'll see.
Is it just pickup?
Yeah, for sure. Because I was gonna go to it last week.
So
Um,
excited to hear
so,
Pat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow, no, I've heard
Yeah,
Pat
Bill,
shit talk. Never mind.
taking
Minus
taking
10.
the final minute
Yeah.
to go over some future events coming up throughout the league, I think would be a good call. We are off the weekend after, or the Thursday after this Thursday for Thanksgiving.
Aren't we off for 2 weeks?
No, we have 1 week off.
Okay,
We play
and then-
December 2nd.
And then 2 weeks off.
No, we play 3 weeks in a row, and we have
Oh.
2 weeks off for Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
And then we have the rest of the season.
Yeah. Then, yeah, every week until February 24th, I think.
Alrighty.
Now I'm gonna
And
pull
then
the,
our party slash banquet slash awards ceremony.
Dennis, looking at you.
TBD.
To be determined.
Dennis, I'd like to shake your hand at some point.
I think you will.
yeah,
I
we're
promise I'll be piss free.
I'll be honest, I don't know him at all.
Well,
I
One
would
of the
bet money
first-
he's going to make his entire judgment of who you are based on the quality of your handshake.
one of the first things
That might
TJ.
be
I mean, I have a good handshake. So
I think
have no
one of the
fears there.
first things TJ and Gabe told me about him is he's the only man I've known to get grass stains in his hair.
Gabe might have said that, but yeah,
Gabe,
I would
Gabe,
count that.
Gabe probably said that.
Yeah.
He's got like white hair, like
Yeah,
white,
Really?
like
white
tissue
like a tissue.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not like touch of gray. He's like Gandalf.
Like
No,
looks
yeah,
dyed.
like
Gandalf,
Gandalf.
like
the White.
Gandalf the
yeah.
White.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is
Well,
the
but
way.
it's like really short.
Oh, okay. Are they frosted tips? You just couldn't tell.
No,
Oh,
it's
man.
definitely gray hair, but it's white.